Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YeeHaw Lads podcast, episode number 90. We've actually got a great show lined up for you today with a couple of big topics, including our Milwaukee Region Rallycross Awards banquet that took place at K1 Speed, Andy getting his truck back with some new additions, and Marcus's wrist is still fucked up. Because
I brought fancy beer, though.
And he brought gifts.
Yeah.
So how did you acquire these fancy beer?
This would be
Nice.
the third time.
Great start.
I was trying to figure out. Yeah, this is the third time I went to Hills Brewing Co. in Dubuque, Iowa.
Now, why have you been there so many
The
times?
one time we all went, it was me, you, Kyle Mang, and Mike Wolf, and eventually Steve, and then the actual owner of Complete Off Road, Rich Conlon.
Yeah, not Chris, who everyone pretends the owner
Yeah.
is.
We did that after the Customer Appreciation Day 2 years ago.
On episode number 2 of this
Yeah, it
show?
was early for sure.
Because we talked about
Within
it.
the first 10 or something, yeah.
Oh, it was easily the first 10.
But yeah, we did that, and then we might have had beer then, but I don't think I had.
I think we had
fancy.
just one or two. I had something light because it was hot that day.
Yes,
it was the
very
middle of
hot.
summer.
Yeah.
So I had kind of a blondish kind of ale, just something light-ish.
Yeah. Yep. Do you remember if it was called the Clock Tower or something?
Ooh, that you.
Okay.
Ugh.
I know your memory's good. I didn't know if it was
I know
that
it wasn't
good.
called that.
Okay.
I don't know what it was called. I know it wasn't that.
Fair. I realized I
You
needed
didn't bring
4
enough
cups.
cups.
Yeah. I was gonna keep the cans for myself.
Oh, okay.
I'll just have you guys.
Would you like me to
share
grab
this.
some cups while you're pouring? It'll
Sure.
take me a
I'll
second.
talk about the beers, I suppose. So yeah, went up there. This would have been me and Nick had it for lunch when we went up. To pick up my truck.
Yeah, to get your
It
truck.
was last Sunday.
Oh, so
or
you guys
no.
went Sunday instead
Wait.
of Friday.
No, it was Friday.
Good
Yeah, my
Lord.
bad.
Get
My
your
days are
timeline straight, Bucko.
It's been a week, brother.
Amen.
But yeah, we went up there, had lunch, didn't drink beer then. Nick brought home the homemade root beer though, and we had it when we were there eating lunch. It was pretty good. But when I went back to pick up my truck, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go there again and have the dinner menu," because the dinner menu wasn't there when I whatchamacallit. It wasn't available when me and Nick had lunch. So I'm like, "Ooh, haven't had dinner there. We'll have dinner." The menu opens up a little bit more, so I'm like, "Cool, we'll do that."
We probably had the dinner menu when we were there. It would have been
I think
late
so.
afternoon.
Yeah. Either way, it's the food has been delicious every single time. There's literally nothing I've tried that has been bad.
All I remember is we got a lobster mac and cheese to split for the table, and that was fantastic.
I had some sort of mac and cheese when I was there for dinner. I don't remember what I ate, but it was fucking delicious.
Well, if you're eating with Nick, it wasn't lobster. He ate sea bug.
All right, the small ones could be for Marcus.
I'm not gonna drink all that.
You can
There's
have a
lot
sip
in
of
there.
each and then give them back to me because they're all
There's a
delicious.
lot in there.
I fucked up a lot.
For the record, hate fucking beer.
Okay,
Well,
so
you don't have to
so try
fuck
the
it. You
purple
can just
one
drink
first.
it.
It's gross.
Try the purple one first. These are brewed
Which one's
in house.
the purple one?
The darker one.
One of them. Yeah, the darker
The
one.
one looks about Coca-Cola
So it's called
colored.
Purple Rain. It's got a clown on it.
Okay.
Sour ale with grape drink, cotton candy, and lactose.
Oh, so this is like some extreme insane clown posse kind of drink.
It's pretty delicious.
Smells like shit.
Just take a drink. It's
It does
pretty
not.
good.
It does kind of smell like shit.
Doesn't taste like beer, does it?
It tastes like grape drink.
It tastes like what's that? Welch's carbonated, the non-alcoholic.
something. Oh
grape juice.
yeah, like sparkling stuff. Yeah,
Kinda,
it's not
yeah.
bad. It does not taste like beer, does it?
It is definitely not a beer. Sour beers do not count as beers.
Fair, but
They
Marcus
are-
is like, oh, blah blah blah. I'm like, no,
Marcus,
I,
I
swear to
hate
God, it tastes.
beer. I'll never drink
Yeah.
it. It sucks. And he's
Out of all the IPAs, I would drink
still
this
have
over.
a Captain and
Well,
Coke
obviously,
over.
you fucking
put
would.
some Captain in there. See what's going on. I mean, see how crazy we're getting. Don't put some Captain. No.
Oh, God.
No.
Ow.
Break your wrist trying to open it again.
Yeah.
You're not actually
Just,
going to put Captain.
just
A little
a-
Captain for seasoning.
there we go.
He uses Captain.
We're gonna
like
mellow it out.
He uses it like people use salt. He's like, just a little crack.
Just a wee bit.
You're like, that's a water. It's 8:30. You're like, it'll be all right.
So there's 2 more beers I wanted to get from there. It was something about a snack, and there was another one that was the Taylor Swift beer, something about Swifties.
Gross.
It had like edible sugar or edible sparkles in it.
And
It
it's
was
prob-
actually really good.
It's probably like a super light blonde ale or something.
No, it was like green. It was all sorts. It was kind of like this. It had a lot of flavor and shit. It's
Still
kind of
tastes like ass.
well,
don't
yeah,
put
now you just put
Captain
rum
in
in it.
there.
Yeah,
Gross.
I don't think anyone has ever been like, oh, I should put rum in this beer.
It's not ass. It is interesting. It is very
I
grape
say
juice
it's not
reminiscent.
like shitty IPA taste. It's
If
like
you-
neat.
If you love sparkling Welch's, the fake champagne, then this actually you'd probably enjoy it a lot.
Or if you don't love a lot of IPAs like me, it's okay.
It is the beer drinker. if you're a beer drinker for the taste of beer, you will not like this.
Yes.
If you like different like mixed drinks and fruity stuff, you'll probably actually enjoy this.
Yeah.
To an extent.
It's okay.
This is something like a half a glass to split is probably plenty.
Yeah.
But if you drank a second one of these, you'd be miserable.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's almost every IPA. People are like, oh, it's high ABV, so I don't need a lot of these. Typically, so.
It'd be like the artificial like sugar crash after too many diet pops.
Fucking have a shot of vodka, you fucking pussy.
Well, we're trying to be gentlemen.
Andy's
and,
like, I hate
Gentlemen, then
alcohol.
drink a fucking whiskey.
It comes out of a
It tastes
can.
fiery.
He's supporting
It's hot.
local business.
I don't give a fuck.
You're supporting
Either
Captain
way.
Morgan.
Yeah. And good whiskey and scotch.
You don't.
Well, so the next beer
Uh-oh.
is called Brownies from Space, and it does kind of taste.
That
like
sounds like it's
chocolate.
about to fuck me up.
So this
Well,
is
they
a-
are high ABV.
This is like an apple juice.
This
color.
is a no. This well, I'll say this is a
doesn't
blonde
smell
ale
bad.
with candy coated chocolate chips and natural brownie flavor.
It doesn't smell bad. It smells kind of sweet.
It does have that like finished baking brownie, not the like smell of it, but the scent of it. Like there's
Yeah.
like that like warm
Yeah,
dough kind of
sugary
smell.
kind of-
This is a like thick beer. This is a dessert beer, for sure. I wanted to get these. I bought 2 sixers of these.
God.
Sorry, it's the beer thing.
No,
No.
it's-
Well, no. Marcus's face.
Marcus
is like, oh,
hates
God.
beer. It's not, but it doesn't taste beer.
Yeah.
The aftertaste is.
You know what it reminds
But
me
right
of?
at the beginning, it's like a brownie.
It's like the aftertaste of like a burnt marshmallow kind of taste.
Yeah, like a caramelized sugar.
kind of. Yeah, it's good,
Meh.
but it's
Yeah.
not like this. If we're rating out of 10, it's not a.
I'll say I didn't buy
five.
these for you. No
No,
offense, y'all.
of course.
But I figured the RC day is coming up, so
pass
Jeremy,
that
you're
one
probably going to be the only one who knows about this. But I'm like, oh hey, fancy beers that my buddies don't get often, so I'm going to buy some for Steve and Jeremy and possibly Mang if he wants one.
and possibly Mike if he shows up.
I don't think
Or does it
Mike's
sound like
coming,
he's
but yeah.
unconfirmed?
But I'm like, might as well, spread the beers around.
It doesn't
'Cause they haven't talked too much about beers on the Total Off-Road podcast lately, so I'm like, hey,
I feel like it's because it's either too late or they just don't feel like opening one at that point.
fair.
I think
Well, they don't
have
talk about the
plenty.
new flavors and stuff.
That's
so
fair.
yeah.
I think
I'll make
Steve
do
has
it.
plenty. He just
Yeah.
doesn't open. He's like, I don't feel like beer. Bush Light
Fair.
or Coke.
Yeah, but worth a shot giving it to him. So
It's interesting. It's something that's like, wow.
I'll say
this
I'm
is-
not the biggest like IPA drinker, but these were like different enough. I'm like, these are different. Like at the very least, it's not gonna be like, oh, this is another double ale, blah blah blah. Whatever.
This is not beer
Yeah.
flavored beer.
Yeah.
It is something very different.
Yeah.
If
And
you were
I'm
like,
like,
oh, it's a
here you go.
mead or a fucking
Yeah.
a wine spritzer, you're like, oh,
You know,
fucking,
like
I
one of
guess.
one of each of these a year, I'll be like, I wanted a different tasting beer, and it's
You're like,
it's
yes.
triple what a regular Busch Light is in alcohol. So yeah,
Yeah, this has alcohol and it's easier to make than a mixed drink. You're like, all right, it's different.
yeah. So that's all. That's all I was really going for. But I'm like, ooh, I have 2 6-packs of beer. So I'm like, if everybody gets one, well, I'm still gonna have extra. So I'm like, how about I bring 2 of these to the podcast? And we'll
They
split
are
'em.
I
they are
think
interesting.
I've only truly liked one. I don't even really know if you can call it beer.
Beer?
It was a Steel Reserve.
That's not beer.
Okay.
That's
no,
what that
that's
is.
that's malt
that's
liquor.
a malt liquor.
Yeah. That okay. That and I kind of like what's
Yingling.
the Ling,
And that's now in Illinois, so you can actually
Yes,
drink it.
correct.
but still didn't
Aces
like
has
it
it
that
on
much.
tap.
Oh,
Did it really?
We
Nice.
do.
Oh,
We have it
that's
on tap at
fucking
our house as well. But we're not an open bar. Please don't show up to my house. Anyway, but yeah,
You gotta work.
shop use only.
Yeah, you gotta work for that
it's,
beer.
It's in the house, okay? It's
fancy.
it's in the
Yeah,
fancy
yeah.
keg, not the fridge converted to a keg that works unbelievably
Yeah,
well
it
still.
works. That's all it needs to do.
It works amazing. But
Yeah.
so yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of other interesting things, this weekend was our Milwaukee Region Rallycross Association K1 Speed Day
Awards
Trip
ceremony.
competition.
Go-kart thing.
Yeah.
Drive to Wisconsin in the middle of the morning.
Yeah. After doing a total of, it was 2.5 plus 2.5.
did like
plus
10 hours
2.5
that day.
plus 2.
I think you did 10 hours before.
It was
Like the day
2.5. It was
before.
10 hours of driving at 5 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I'm
was-
pretty sure I had like at least 13 or 14
And then me and
hours.
Brian did an extra 2 hours.
Extra 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll say I had that Friday, and then an hour home Saturday. So that was a total of like 13 or 14, whatever. And then I had 2.5 up to K1, and then you guys were like,
What if
you
we
guys
do
were
more
just
driving?
gung ho about going and doing, which we'll talk
And we'll
about.
get
But I'm
into it,
like,
I guess.
I'm gonna go home.
It was a good
I'm
deal.
done. Yeah, it was.
But yeah, to get up at 7 in the morning, drive 2.5 hours up to Pewaukee, which I didn't know was a thing, and now I love that it's called Pewaukee because it sounds like they're making fun of Milwaukee by calling it P, and I like that a
what
lot.
comes after you drink the beer in Milwaukee? Pee.
Pewaukee.
Got pee. Got pee a lot when you drink a lot of beer. Jesus.
But we got there about 10 o'clock. That was, I don't know how many of us there was. It was like 20-ish.
No,
somewhere.
there was 3 groups, but the one was not us. So there was just a group of 8 and then a group of 9.
There was 4 groups, and one of them wasn't us.
I swear you're wrong.
No, there was, because there was A, B, and C main.
Oh, true, there was.
And then there was another group who wasn't with us, but it was on the same track.
I think it was 1 group of 8 and then 2 groups of 9.
It was something like that, yeah. It was so that'd be 24, 25, 26, somewhere in that number of people.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. And then
Never got a head count. Never,
Spoiler alert, they forgot Marcus on one of them, so all the numbers were kind of fucked up for a while.
So we did the...
It was supposed to be practice qualifying main.
which is the same as the event we did like 2 months ago or whatever.
Yeah, with Joanne and Jason and all the local peoples.
So of course everyone kind of rolls in, gets checked in, whatever. We all just go sit at the tables, and they're like, "Okay, here's the first group put up on the board," and we're just like, "Okay, that's not us. Whatever, we'll wait."
Yep. And
it's
then
like-
me and Brian were in the second group.
Yes.
And then the third group went...
Yeah, the third. We didn't know there was 3 groups at this point.
Yeah, they were all back to back too.
Yeah.
There was another group there that was not associated with us, but they were also running them.
Yeah.
So like I was like, okay, maybe they didn't like run all 3 of us back to back, and they're gonna like whatever. We'll wait.
Yeah.
So then the first group ran again, and I walked up to the
Yeah,
desk.
they started the first group again, and I'm like, well, that's the same first group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I would go start talking.
So
to somebody.
I went up to the group, and I was like, "Hey, I haven't gone yet."
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh shit, well go get your stuff and hop in this one."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
As they're already getting into the carts, you have to go all the way back,
Yeah.
get your
So
helmet.
got all my shit ready, got up there.
GoPro
got put in
batteries dying.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking GoPro bullshit. I think that original GoPro battery is just going bad.
I mean, it's old at this point, is it not? But still.
Yeah, it's a 9 or something, isn't it?
No, it's a 10.
Oh. Yeah, yours is 10, mine's 11.
10,
yours
11,
is
12, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But-
no, mine's not a 12. Is it? No, because the third... no.
Is the
Fuck,
13
I
out?
don't
I don't
know.
even know.
No, mine's not a 12, because a 12 doesn't have GPS. So
That's
I have an
right.
11, you have a 10, he has a 9.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm like, I know we have all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
The 12s don't have a GPS,
But
so I didn't buy it.
Ah, yeah.
Got in, raced.
It happened very fast. There was not like let's all hang out and chat
No.
and do this and that and blah blah blah. It was like, hey, y'all are ready? Cool. We hung out at some tables for like a little bit while the employees kind of got everything set up
Yeah.
because they also opened at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and it was a shit show. The microphone did not work, so
Yeah.
he's like hitting it.
This
and then
I
he'd
think
go
this
to
location
talk.
is a lot older than the one in Joliet.
I think it is too, but
The
still.
carts are definitely the older style
yes.
carts,
Yes,
but
they did not have an LCD screen on the
dash.
as well as I don't know if you guys noticed they didn't have the adjustable.
I
They
was
did
looking
not.
for it.
I
the
looked
adjustable
for it
wheel.
as well.
Yes, I saw the slot and I saw the grooves
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
cart, but
And
they
then
just
I
did not have a
finally-
knob.
I
there.
like looked down
I
in
felt
between.
all around it. I'm like,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Because you could see where the punch out was
Yeah.
for the adjustment, but I looked down in between and saw there was a bolt with a nut on it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, these ain't fucking
They must have set it at
adjustable.
like
well,
a
also
default angle. Pedals?
Tyrion, the Clarabelle, the youngest. I don't know what she 10, 12 years old maybe.
I'm not going to weigh in
She's
on that.
small child
Child.
family of the Tyrions who run is now in charge of the rallycross for the Milwaukee
region?
as
Yes.
Dan is stepping down.
Correct.
But yeah, girl who doesn't race the rallycross but was able to do the karting. I'm like, man, that steering wheel looks like it's really far away from her as she's out doing practice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe she doesn't know, whatever. Like the last
then
event,
we get in, we're
the last event, no one knew that they were adjustable except for
Yeah.
me because I was looking around. I'm like, oh, look at that. And
so
then,
I looked for it immediately when I got
yeah,
in there.
this time didn't have them. So I'm like, oh, that's why she wasn't able to like adjust it because obviously
Because it doesn't adjust.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, makes sense.
But yeah.
But yeah.
So Marcus got to jump in after everyone else has already warmed
Yeah,
up.
me and
into
Brian
their-
have a practice. Everybody got a practice except for Marcus. He
Yeah.
jumped into the first qualifying
fucked.
now.
Right. Do you want to... We got footage of it. Marcus edited the 360 cam footage. We might as well play some of
Hell
it.
yeah.
If we ever figured out how to work the 360. Did you get... How was it editing the footage compared to last time? Because I know last time you were having kind of... Not trouble with it.
It was more of a learning curve.
Yeah,
This one
yeah.
was very easy to do. One reason was because I just kind of figured out how to... I knew what I was kind of doing now.
Sure. You were just fumbling
But
through it
You had the
first
basics
time.
of the program
Yeah.
now.
Also, in the next video, I'll explain why it was a lot easier.
Sure. Okay. Well, I will start the footage.
Everybody's just staring at him
Yeah, like,
because
oh,
everyone's
oh,
already find his cart. Yeah.
Everybody's in their carts already.
Well, hey, I haven't even gone yet. This is my first time.
Marcus yapping instead of getting in his cart.
About me. I'm sitting there like, okay, maybe next time. Nope.
Don't get him.
They send him here and like he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna send you to qualifying right away because you're like, oh, he's a professional. What's this?
Bullshit.
Oh yeah, totally.
He's a professional.
To be fair, all three of us showed up in racing jerseys.
Yeah.
Qualifying or
With GoPros.
Well, I was like, everybody else who's been to a rally event knows our jerseys, so
Yes.
at least they're like, oh, it's those guys. He said sorry for forgetting about you.
No,
he said put your visor
Yeah,
down.
put
Oh.
your visor down.
As Marcus is on his phone
yeah,
playing
no
music, I can
shit.
see him queuing it up.
All right, we're breakout Skinnerd, brother.
Nah, I have a rally mix.
Is it Black Sabbath?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's always Black
It goes into funk and then it's Black Sabbath.
Oh, I thought your cart didn't move. I'm like, they have to come out and fucking mess with your shit again.
Put him in the
Goddamn.
bum cart to start with.
Oh, love that.
Now, mind you, I started in the back of the pack.
Correct. Which is honestly not a bad place to be because you can, when you're doing practice and qualifying, you're just going for time.
Yeah.
So you want to actually back off, get room, and then run a fast lap.
Yeah.
But
I was fucking aggressive on the first one because I was pissed.
that's true. There we go. Wow.
Oh, yeah. I was motioning for you to stay back because this is now qualifying.
Just watch.
Oh, yeah.
Bumps. Oh, what are you getting
Wait.
into him? Bye-bye. 360 so slick. God. I should have put this on for my race.
Yeah, we'll
talk
we need
about it.
more mounts,
I need
and we
more-
need to be able to swap them.
Does
buy
it,
another 360.
does it mount to a GoPro
Yeah,
box?
buy a 360.
Like that's how you have it set up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good to know.
We can hot
Oh,
swap.
you got clean room. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody kind of got really messed up on that first corner, and
Yeah.
I took it wide. So I was able to get ahead.
Not pushing this wide enough. Where you going?
Yeah, that back corner is rough.
It's so
Again, this
strange.
was my first time out,
That's-
so I was trying to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
used to
Get
everything.
used to the cart, the cold tires. Everyone else is warmed up, ready to go.
Well,
So
that and like if you pay attention enough, you can see the cart vibrating.
they all do that.
yeah,
a little
some
bit.
some worse than others for sure.
Very defensive driving. Ain't nobody getting around you. A lot of clean air though. I didn't realize you had this.
Yeah,
much
no,
at
it didn't
first.
seem like that.
But when you're watching
But-
it, you're like, oh, there's a cart. Oh, he's right there.
It is a 20-second lap time, so it always kind of seems like there's a cart in front of you.
Yeah, you can see the cart starting to hop on these tighter corners pretty bad. I would just steer till it hopped and then back it off like a millimeter to get to try to stop, and it never did.
Well, and then on top of that too, the brakes were a lot different, so you could actually
Yeah.
like put brake pressure on.
Yeah. Instead
so I
of
was
the-
trying to find that
I'll
happy
say instead of like
place.
15 to 20% brakes until
Yeah.
it kills power, this was like 25 to 35.
Yeah.
Like it was definitely a lot more usable.
So I was really trying to find that sweet spot of good brake pressure while still carrying
Where it
speed.
would slow you down without locking the cart up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is when it already gets stopped.
Which I kept fucking going.
Yeah.
Of course. Because I'm like, all right, come on.
Yeah, they just turned all the carts way down. And you put the visor up? Or
Fuck
did it?
yeah.
Oh,
Getting
okay.
some fresh air.
I would just close mine and then pop it open like a
Well,
six-
that's how I raced with it
Yeah.
to begin with.
Is
but-
this pulling audio from inside your helmet?
No, this is pulling audio from the camera.
It's just because you're going so much slower. It's
Yeah.
louder.
There's no
yeah.
wind to tell the
Yeah.
mic to quiet down, basically. So the mic, you hear it come down.
Fair.
Yeah, the noise canceling turns on.
I see.
There we go. So yeah, for your first qualifying session, these lap times don't look bad.
No.
But having been completely ice cold,
Yeah,
everyone else is
from-
warm.
yeah.
Like you're weaving through this pack pretty easily.
Oh yeah, especially right at the beginning. But
Yeah.
my second race, I got fucked
Oh yeah. We'll get
big
into it.
time.
So these the carts, they are different, but they do have 4 separate maps like the other
Yeah.
location we went to. However, we noticed the lap times were nowhere near what the leaderboards were,
Yeah.
like for the week of and for all time, as well as the other group that was running must come here more often.
Yeah, the group that wasn't running with us,
was a full second faster than the fastest
Oh,
person
yeah.
of our group.
because it's like,
For the entire day.
Yes,
yeah, all day they
yes,
were faster.
consistently.
like I think their fastest time of the day was like a 20.3.
Yeah.
And we're running like 21s, 22s.
Yes.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
they're
And we were pushing it hard.
I'm like, I know this cart doesn't have a second in it.
Remind me or I'm going to remind you to find the fastest overall time throughout the entire day.
I believe that would be our second session out qualifying. I don't think we beat any of them.
Okay,
have my papers
we
here.
have all the runs. Yeah, I'll say we have all the runs. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I was just kind of curious.
22.1, 21.6. And what's this last one? 21.5.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
no,
yours, or-
21.4.
Was you or me?
No, Greg Fredrickson.
It was Greg. 21.4.
in the race session. His
Okay.
sixth lap was the fastest of our whole day at 21.4.
Trying to make up a minute and a quarter.
A second. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Or yeah,
he was,
sorry. Second and a quarter.
Andy was the second fastest of the day at 21.5. So he beat you by 500. Yeah, not 5/10, 500ths of a second on one lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would have been the fastest time if not for that.
Sick.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if I had it. I don't remember looking
So
at it. but
that was
yeah.
our fastest time all day. Was 21.5. The fastest of the week was 20.3.
Yeah. Different map.
Oh,
a lot of
different
these guys were getting really bunched up. This is where I stayed hard.
I never saw that. I didn't see that. Oh my god, you were sideways.
You want to back
as
up a
fuck.
second?
I don't know if did that work? It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Actually, I'll back up one more.
Yeah, so everybody balls up in the one corner.
So in the corner before that,
yeah, this is the long straightaway to the very tight right. This is the very first corner.
everybody got really bumped up, and so I was bobbing and weaving.
You were literally 90 degrees from the front end of that
he
other
was
car.
trying
That
to
was
push
nuts.
me, and I was like, no, I'm fucking getting around you.
I am going through here.
I think, and I don't know this for sure, I'm pretty sure I passed every single person.
I would have had all but maybe one.
Maybe
I
there was
think
those
it's
two
one
on the
or
other
two.
side of the course. They might have just
Yeah.
had too much clean air and got
Yeah.
away from you, but everybody
Hell yeah.
in your vicinity you got through.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
In my first lap out.
Yeah, in your first session of the whole day of like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Well, it's, just warm up. You got to get used to the cart and track and,
Yeah.
where you find grip and your brake points and everything.
I'd be curious to see what your fastest lap, what lap number it was. If you were fast at like lap 11 and 12, because it's a 12 lap session.
Yeah, there's a 12 lap practice, 12 lap
My
qualifying, 14
fastest
lap
of your
was
first session.
lap 6.
Okay, so in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So once you got warm, that's when you had some
My
clean
best
room.
was a 22.8.
Okay. Yeah. I think every class they're setting the carts differently, so it doesn't spec out nicely.
And that's where I got really fucking pissed, because if we go to the next video of the 360, I don't know if I cut it out or not, but when the mics had failed, so the main guy came out on his phone and
the
read it
handheld
off.
mics. Yeah.
And so I did cut it, and I got up to the desk and I was like, okay, Marcus. And he's like,
He's like, who?
I don't have you on this. And I was like, well, you guys skipped me the fucking first time, put me in a qualifier, and my name literally just got called. So I need to be in this one and the next one.
Right. And they're just like, huh?
Yeah, and
'Cause
they
they're
kind of
just
just
some random guy.
didn't really give a fuck. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking win. But y'all fucked my time.
Yeah, but again, I would also, I want my 3 sessions that I technically already paid for.
So
It would be nice if it's like, oh, you were the fastest guy in these carts. Like, we'll just bump you up into the faster lap session.
That's what I was hoping.
Because when they're
for.
running all the carts on different levels,
maps,
yeah,
it really
it's like,
there's
Yeah,
no
you
good
can't
way
get
of
good.
distinguishing.
yeah, you can tell oh, this is the fastest guy here, but is he as fast as these guys? I don't know.
Exactly.
So if they would have ran us all on 2 and then 3 and then 4, we'd have
Yeah.
a really good comparison.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They
Okay.
fucked me.
So we'll run through your. This is your actual race.
This is the third.
This is the third session of
Yes.
the day, but your second race.
Yes.
This is the main, which
Yes.
is you are now racing for position instead of lap time.
Correct.
Yes.
So you are in B main because
Yes.
you only got to qualify once,
Yes.
basically.
Yep.
And we're gonna watch me get fist fucked.
This is also grid start, not a
Yeah.
rolling start.
Yeah, because position is all that matters in this session.
They
So-
started you off slow as
They
shit.
did, and I want you to pay attention to 19, the cart in front of me.
Yes.
Oh, you're trying to spin it out. What a dick. Marcus.
To be fair, that corner was aggressive all
Oh,
race.
just hold on.
loose.
So the entire time, spoiler alert, I was fucking stuck behind her. Which
To
is
be fair,
fine.
I wish I had the GoPro on me and Brian's session because
Oh my
it
God.
was fucking
That'll be the-
glued.
That'll be our next video.
But just watch how careful I'm trying to be. And again,
You're trying to be polite.
We were all there to have fun, and
Yeah,
I was trying to be polite because I don't want to be an
That's
asshole.
the difference of competitive people versus not. A non-competitive person be like, "Oh, I had fun. It was good racing. I was right behind her."
I hope
You are
both teams-
competitive, obviously, and it's like
I was only
I just wanted to get past you the
I was
whole time.
really only competitive because I knew I had to make up time since I didn't get a practice.
Right.
But if you look and watch how many times I either basically came
You
to
reel
a
her in.
complete stop,
Yeah.
where she's so sloppy around a corner, there was no way I was going to be able to get around her with carrying speed.
Is that you're basically?
I was fucking stuck behind her the entire time.
You're basically braking in every corner to try not to run straight into the side of the car.
Yeah.
And they're like that first one, this one, I tapped her in the back corner a little bit, and it's like, okay, come on, don't be an asshole, don't be a dick, like, you know.
As
I'm
the
not
guy
Changes the deeper in laps you get.
I'm not here to piss somebody off, like, you know.
Yeah.
We are all here for fun, but
Right.
like, I'm also trying to make up a little bit of time for not having an entire session.
Yeah, it's like the only way you're gonna get around is like a violent dive bomb,
Like
And
that. Almost.
almost like that.
You got
See,
pinched off.
But
It
again,
happens.
I'm not trying to be
you
an
don't want to
ass.
slam
Yeah.
into somebody's cart for no good reason.
Was that the big slam or no?
No, the first
Okay.
one was a big slam.
No, like
kinda-
I vividly remember, like in the middle of the race,
Maybe.
you really. No, I think
You
there's
see
another
Marcus
one.
throwing his
Yeah,
hands up,
hand
he's just
gestures.
irritated. They're not obscene gestures; they're regular. Hands.
I was getting very
I'll say
upset.
obscene gestures are not.
They're not allowed
permitted.
at
Yeah,
K1
yeah.
speed.
I was getting very upset at this point because again, that was not a clean turn.
No, and you're like, if I took all these clean, I would be ahead of you. But
Well, I was taking all of these mostly clean.
Mm-hmm.
It's just by the time, now watch, because I'm getting close. We're going to come around this corner and I'm going to lose all of it.
because the carts, as soon as you turn them, they run out of momentum.
No, because I'm trying not to hit her.
right. And even if you you can't drive through.
Okay,
That was
there-
the one. Yeah,
that was the
You got
one.
kind of pinched off. Yeah, it's.
and you can't really drive.
She had a very fucking good driving line. She was
Yeah.
very well and good at blocking,
Right.
which is
Little
amazing.
loose in the corners though.
But
yeah,
at that point, if somebody was consistently behind me that much and like just tapping, I'd be like, "Fuck it, dude, go."
No, you wouldn't.
yeah,
I'm hot take. No, you wouldn't.
yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
would just know that like you have to stay faster than them.
Yeah.
They gives you like, oh, they're right there. I got to drive faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Yep.
Trust me.
So
Yeah, good opponents make good racers.
Yes.
A competitive nature. Yeah.
Also, like the guy in front of her is fucking gone.
Oh yeah, he's like 3 turns.
And
in.
I've
Honestly, not that far that I expected.
not
know.
that far, but still.
Yeah,
Nothing against this person in specifics.
It's just
Yeah.
I was just
racing.
like, please let me in front of you because I will not cause you any more problems.
It's just in racing. It's
but I am up your ass, and I really don't want to be because
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowing down because of it.
and these carts, they have a limited top speed.
Yes.
So you can't carry a bunch of momentum
No.
and use it to get around them because they drive up to 25 and then
Oh, there's one.
Wow.
See,
Yeah.
every time I tried to sneak around a different way, I would either
Mm.
clip a corner and be like, okay, I'm being a dick, slow the fuck down.
yeah, you basically had to force your way through and you just didn't.
No,
Brian,
I wasn't,
you didn't
I wasn't
get
gonna be
any
that big.
GPS.
I did not. There's no GPS.
I was just
data.
curious. Yeah, so in the side of the
My-
metal building, I wasn't sure.
No.
I was just curious about if we could see the exact
How
top
fast?
speed. Yeah.
It'd
So-
I'd be curious.
I know
funny
it
enough-
says something on the fucking on the website. It's
Yeah, it
like,
says
oh, we run
45
30
plus,
to whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
These are not 40. These are not set to 45.
No, yeah,
right
they're
now.
definitely not on map 4. There's a lot left in these fuckers.
I would
So-
say peaking at probably 30.
Well, funny
Yeah,
enough,
maybe.
I did find out that only one of these sessions that I recorded
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
on the 360 recorded the GPS.
Mine only recorded on one and it was errored the whole thing. Like it
So,
just didn't record on the other.
I think I
but-
found the issue with that. You have to turn the 360 on
Yeah.
and let it sit, an acquired GPS signal, and then it will be fine.
That's what I did with my GoPro and it didn't do it.
well,
It's just being in a metal building. It's ruined it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but I checked it before
before
I raced, and I hit 2 out of 3 bars.
had.
Well, yeah, whatever.
in motion under metal.
But so
You know.
this video was completely unedited. I cut it, I trimmed the front and back, and then left it.
Oh,
because
so-
there was nothing to fucking move around.
It's actually tracking fairly well because it's basically just tracking the person in front of you,
So
which
it,
is preloading the corner almost.
it. How do I kind of explain it? The front camera, it basically locks to that, and then it moves. You
Is
know,
it-
within a certain amount of degree.
Is it just
of left
hyper
and right.
smoothing essentially, where
Kind
it's,
of.
it's floating the lens around?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But
Which
yeah,
sense.
I didn't edit
And there's
any
your-
of
there's
this,
your checker.
and then we're done.
maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got fucked.
Yeah. Well, you didn't want to bully an innocent person.
I
off the
didn't
line.
want to, but at the same time, it's like, come on.
Well, you might not have
Please,
wanted to.
Please.
But boy,
But boy,
there was some bullying happening.
so I skipped the first our two practice sessions because it was.
Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to think. Was there anything good?
You spun out once. I ran into the side of you pretty hard.
in the
sec-
practice or
in the qual. That's when I got around you in the qualifier. And like the second to last corner, you got sideways.
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. I
bullied my
got
way
too
through.
loose, and I'm like, I'm gonna let him pass because if he's on a ripper, he's gonna be pissed off that I cut it off.
Yeah. Other
Yeah.
than that, there wasn't anything too exciting. It was just me behind Greg
The
most of the time.
first. Oh no, there was one. I wanted you to clip it. I forget if it was in the practice. It was the practice. It was like the first turn of the practice or second turn of
everybody's
practice.
piling up or
I was
something?
ahead of you, or I got ahead of you in practice.
I think your cart
and
was
you
in
were
front of me, yeah.
you were coming at me, and I was like 90 degrees through the turn, and you were coming at me fucking straight,
Oh, yes.
dive bombing the corner, and
yeah.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm gonna die.
So it's actually this corner we're looking at here.
Yeah,
So
so-
Andy's out on the left side of the track, kind of going to swing it wide like you would.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
and Brian's trying to pass me again because it's either practice or qualifying, whatever.
So-
it was practice. It was like
was.
lap 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was very, very early
I
because I
came-
just start laughing my ass off because I'm like, I could have died if Brian didn't fucking hit the brakes.
I came through wide open on the very inside to like
Yeah.
come in straight, hard brake and like tight
Yeah,
180.
yeah.
And I look over at Andy's like turning in front of me. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like,
oh,
I'm
this
swinging.
is-
I'm like,
you
oh
dingus.
my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I'll have to see if I can find that.
It
clip and
was-
bring it
yeah.
up later because it's like
Ew.
I'm like, oh, that's Andy. I'm like, I can make it.
Yeah, I made it out alive, and you might have tapped
We
the
were-
brakes a little bit,
I
but I'm like,
locked the
oh
brakes.
Jesus Christ.
That was my plan. Is like get up and lock it kind of in front of you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm
You
like,
wanted to dive bomb the inside corner. I get it, but I was like, boy, it's scary.
No, it was.
The third lap out of the day, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh Jesus Christ.
It must have been that.
It
yeah.
was for sure like within the first 3.
It was aggressive. I'm just like,
Yeah,
is
I'm
there any
like,
way to get around?
boy, that's how today's
No,
gonna go.
it was towards the end of the session because you got around me in the practice in
Okay.
the very back fast corner
Okay, yeah.
because you cut the inside on me there.
Yes, I did.
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, this bitch wants to race.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, obviously.
So we're
and
coming-
it's funny though
It
because
was like 2 laps after
well,
that. I'm like,
practice
all right.
means nothing except for the fact that me and you both know we're fast. So it's
Right.
like, okay, let's be fucking aggressive.
Yeah, we're like
and
half
so like we're
playing and
doing
half,
good laps,
like-
whatever. But also like I knew qualifying was when you really have to focus on your lap. So I'm like, practice is fine. We can fuck off.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's kinda
And
where
I
it
was
was at.
out of the gate. I was aggressive as fuck the
Oh, yeah.
whole practice.
Oh yeah.
But boy, I got a fucking adrenaline rush when I'm looking at you, literally 90 degrees to my side,
don't think
and you're
I'd-
coming in.
I had not braked yet.
No, I'm like, holy shit.
I'm like, I'm gonna make as much room as I can.
I had kind of the same thing
Scary.
on my second race where like I got out and like my palms were sweaty. I could feel like the hair standing up on my arms, and I was like,
Yeah, I just
all
felt.
right, oh, shake it off, shake it off. We're
I
good.
I felt my stomach drop because I'm
Yep.
like, this can happen. I was still in the throttle, thank God, so I did get through the corner. But
You're like, this might hurt.
boy, yeah, it was literally like the
Well,
brace for impact.
They were telling a
feeling.
story about like a couple of years ago or whatever. Somebody ended up on top of somebody else's car.
That almost happened.
Yeah.
At our
Yeah.
session, somebody
It wasn't
got
that
up.
bad.
It wasn't
Yeah.
that bad, but
Yeah, it was a
the
bit-
front
bad
wheels
wreck.
of somebody was up on somebody else's cart.
Yeah, somebody had like turned into somebody as somebody pushed him from behind
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
forced him up onto it.
Yep.
He had to stop for the day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
he
know.
He drove over somebody. Yeah. He was politely asked to take a break, I think. But
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
no, so besides that clip, that was really about the only thing that it was like good. Yeah,
Yeah,
practice was not bad.
I completely forgot about that moment unless I would have cut it through.
What was
yeah.
qualifying? Just before we get to the main,
What do you mean qualifying? What do you want to know?
Time.
you had what
It was
.005?
extreme. Our times in qualifying. This would be it, I believe.
Yeah, the whole like I was ahead in qualifying except for the last like 3 laps or whatever it was. Because every time I went around, I saw my short name, and I knew the next 3 people had long names. So I just looked up. I'm like, okay, still have it. Whether I laid another fast lap or
Yeah.
the last one I did was still faster than theirs, we're good. And so I just continued to look until the very last like 2 laps. I'm like, God fucking damn it, Brian's ahead of me.
Trying to find the times. This 10th. Okay, so this is this first one. Yeah, in our qualifying, I was 21.6.7, and you were 21.7.4. So you were .07.
Yeah.
And we both did them on lap 9.
Yes.
So we must have been train line
Yeah,
together.
yeah, we had
flying.
like I had been ahead enough. Like I would again. I saw my name at the top. I'm like, all right, we're good because there's you can even see it in this
You had it,
start
like-
of the video here. There's a little screen there. You're going 30 mile an hour. You're looking up at a grainy
big trying.
projector
Yeah, you're
projector
trying.
screen. I'm like, short name, it's me. Cool.
Gotta be me. Yeah.
yeah.
And I
I'm
think
like,
I had noticed that the first like couple of them. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I really.
I know.
Get
I was like,
this.
the whole time I'm like, I know it's close. I know I'm
to-
not running away from it.
time
But
to
I'm like,
lock
God
in.
damn,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. So it was very close qualifying
throw
and
an uppy decky in and get zooming.
yeah.
I
Oh,
did.
and then so, well, look at the paper again. Was Greg right? The
He was
camera guy.
Yeah.
What was his qualifying? Was I second or third?
21.8. You were in second, but
Yeah.
Peter was in third.
Oh, Peter. Sorry.
Yes. So Peter raced.
Peter's the
Peter.
camera guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Greg is the Celica guy.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Peter-
Yeah. Peter. My bad.
Yeah. He was. I don't think he was in our practice or qualifying.
Oh,
session.
okay, maybe that's
I
why
think he
it
just
was.
ran a fast time in his own set in their session.
Okay, yeah.
Because he was
Yeah,
only
because
in
Peter
our
all of a
final.
sudden was just in the second grid start for the
like-
main. I'm like, huh, weird.
Yeah, he
And
cut-
I'm like, I'm not sad about that because I can cut him off because the first turn is an inside right, and
Yeah,
that's
and
better for the third position.
positions
Really.
1 and 3 are both on the inside right.
Yeah, and off the jump, Brian, you don't have any video
I don't
of
have-
this
I don't have
because
any-
you're in the
yeah.
first position of grid, whatever.
Yeah, because I'm like, Andy, you were in third. I'm like, how the fuck did you get behind me?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, to start, you
Yeah,
mean?
no,
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
corner. I'm like, didn't you start in third? You're
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Oh,
basically
yeah."
what happened in this first corner is we all start, I got like fucking a millisecond of jump on the second place because it's staggered
staggered.
start by their, I don't know, 5 feet maybe.
the length of the cart, more or less.
Yeah. So I'm technically 2 carts behind Brian, 1 cart behind second, but the second place is out to the left. I'm in the right hand side of the track. The first corner is a right hand corner.
So you already have the inside line.
I had a millisecond of a jump. So I'm
Jump the
like, so my
flag.
front bumper is where his steering stem is, like
You're
2/3 up his cart.
yeah, neck and neck.
And we come into a right-hand corner, which I'm on the inside of. I'm like, oh, we're good.
Yeah, he can't either push you into the wall phically.
Yeah, which he didn't because we hadn't raced together, so he had no grudge against me. So
a-
it was just clean racing.
he's
And I'm
like
like,
a super
I'm
nice
like,
guy.
we're good. Like we took the corner good. It was awesome.
Yeah, I raced with him at Freeze Your Curds, and he's just like, a super nice guy. So it's like, he's not going to do
I'll say you
that.
want to start playing this, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. So I actually did some editing on this.
Okay.
You'll appreciate it.
Good.
I believe the audio's on.
Yep. Yeah, because at one point I do get ahead of you, and it was very close 2 laps, and then after that I'm like, we don't need to be.
Keep an eye on the bottom left corner. That's my hint. I mean, you don't have to like stare at it,
Okay. I'll say, is there like a
you'll see.
specific
You'll see it.
bump counter -1?
That number stays.
I bet it goes double
It
digits.
stays
for sure.
pretty slow for a while. We were very well behaved. I'm counting out the laps
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it
Yep,
stays
lap 2 out of 14. Yep.
pretty well behaved for a little bit.
Yep.
This is when I need the 360 camera to watch Andy laying on the back of my car. But
All we got to do is just put GoPro sticky mounts on the top of our helmets.
yeah,
That's absolutely what we need.
next time we 100% need to.
Yeah, it was how many laps until I got in you? Probably. Oh, it was 6 or I think it was the 7th, 6 or 7th
I think at like
lap.
6, you're like, I have to start.
Yeah, I'm like,
being
okay,
aggressive.
we're only halfway through the main event. I might as well start being more aggressive. Because I told Brian, I'm like, I'm not going to be. I don't want to wreck either of us.
Basically, we were both like, if we finish 1 and 2, however,
Yeah,
that's
we're good.
awesome. That's
yeah,
what, that was
like
our
that's
goal.
how our qualifying was. Like we are fast. Like we'll just stick with that. If I get past you, great. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not going to try to.
Fuck it, pit maneuver him.
Well, I
Just,
didn't
you know,
want to be. I didn't
but-
want to be that guy. But yeah, I'm like, well, if it gets aggressive, so be it. But I
Yeah.
realized that on lap like 6
I
or
think
7.
6 is when we kind of start to figure out like, oh, this
That's when the bump counter goes
the
up.
bump,
I think.
like,
Man,
like
you
we're
know-
at like lap 5 at 1 bump still.
I'll tell you what, the GoPro does not really do justice for the speed that we're doing.
Well, it's all wide and it's on the side of my helmet, so kind of
Yeah, it's
distorts it. There's bump 2.
Yep. I'm starting to see Brian's line, follow him even faster. You know,
Yeah.
we're really dialing in, locking in.
See, we just need another GoPro mount on the other side, so we have one
Facing
GoPro
back?
facing
Yeah.
forward,
Or
one
Andy could've
facing
brought his.
backwards.
Yeah, I could've
and then
brought
a
mine.
360 on top.
If
There's
I
bump
would have
3.
known, there's bump
Oh,
3.
into
Oh,
the
I
corner.
pushed you wide.
Push me
Apparently,
into the wall. Bump 4 coming out of the corner.
What lap are we on? Was it
Like
full
6,
5?
I think. I think this is 6 right when you said it was.
Okay, yeah.
We went from 1 to 4 kind of quick. You know, nothing crazy.
Yeah, you know.
We're making good times. We're zooming around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was lap 6.
Here's lap 7. Yeah, this is where I'm definitely like, all right, we're coming in hot.
There's 5.
There's 5. Is it 6? Oh.
It's like it's a little game to watch it go up. You're like, well, we're halfway done. That's 5's not that many, I guess. That's less than 1 per lap.
I swear to God, it must have been funny watching this from the outside because it was. I bet I maintained less than a foot off your bumper for like 3 solid, like
3
start to
quarters
stop.
of this.
Go
Yeah,
to
like 3 laps fully.
After this, go to my
Oh, do you have a
videos on my
360 of
phone.
us?
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I think Lucas DeShane
He posted a video of us driving.
He put pictures in,
Yeah.
and there's 3 of them
Where you
all
guys
in
are
a
back to
row,
back,
and I'm like
touching.
6 inches off in each one. I'm like, yep.
I never got no fucking pictures.
Well, 'cause
He was in your
yeah,
heat.
your
I
heat,
know.
yeah. There he is. Hello.
Oh, here we go. Yep, I come to the inside. Do I drive on you again? No, next
Nope,
lap.
'cause
you tried
pushed him
hard
out.
there.
Yeah.
But you lost all your momentum. coming
Yep.
around.
So now Brian's probably like, oh, he's getting aggressive because
Yeah.
it's middle of the race.
There was a noticeable like shift. I'm like, okay, now he wants it. I really have to dial it in.
Lap 10 out of 14. Here it is.
Did you see me like brake check the corner a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you
There's
were tight.
7.
Here we go. Push him to the outside and hold him. And then
like-
he holds me on the outside and says no.
Says
he
no.
just denies the fuck
Yep.
out of me.
Hell yeah.
Defensive driving 101.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, that was my big pass. I was like, here it is.
You were
nope,
there.
it goes. Fuck.
If I didn't have the inside line, you were gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's bump 8 at lap 11. I'm starting to like kind of brake check you into corners because I know if you push me, you'll speed me up and slow you down.
Yeah, I fucking noticed that. I'm like, I gotta like just flow through the corners a little bit more.
You just
This
have to be
corner
on
especially,
me.
right in front of everybody, it was like I
Clutching.
always caught up to you and I was always on your bumper.
So lap 12, we're at 8, just for reference.
Is it that bad the last couple?
We're at lap 12 and we're only at 8.
Holy shit.
And lap 12 is honestly
Also, this is
kinda
only
clean.
the ones you count watching the video, not even the ones that might have slipped.
These are all the
through.
ones I could see on camera.
Yeah.
There's lap 13, still at 8. Just a quick reference.
Brian's about ready to lap somebody.
Pulling it back on Greg Fredrickson.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we caught up to the last place of our class, but this also slowed down Brian,
I'm
so
like-
I'm on him even more.
I'm like, I know I can't try to pass him and like keep you fended off because you
Yeah.
wait till I slow down and dive me.
right?
We're lap 14 at 8. 9, 10,
There's 2,
11,
3.
Front, back.
12.
Back, front. Good lord.
Oh fuck!
4 in 2 corners.
13.
Oh, oh. Ooh. You almost
14.
had him.
14. There's
15, 16.
I did notice this. You
Yeah.
were just ping ponging back and forth.
Between a rock and a hard
Oh
place.
yeah, that's funny. as
17.
shit. 17
After
on
the finish line.
Yeah.
We start yelling at each other.
Hi.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir. That's good shit.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah, I was.
I can
It's
feel
true.
you every time we turn.
All 16
God.
bumps.
Oh, yeah.
17 even.
I'm so sore.
Oh yeah.
Damn, it's crazy. It's like we're both really competitive and kind of good at driving.
Yeah, extremely evenly matched.
Crazy how we do that.
Oh, you get your victory lap.
I was gonna bump you so
I
fucking
was
hard,
waiting for you to-
but I was just coasting after, so I didn't think about it. I'm like, I wish I had full power for a second.
Like, just give me
Damn
1
it.
second, boss. The hand the flag me rolled up and not like folded up. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
I really wish you
you
would
see
have
me trying
slowed
to, like-
down because I was trying to get a picture.
I
of
tried to
you.
take that first corner really wide to give second, but I'm like, I gotta take my, I'm trying to like unroll it. I'm like, it's not working. I'm like,
Right.
skirt. Purposely slide that.
Oh yeah. Way funner to drift on map 4.
Oh yeah.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Map
This
4 is
map
way
3
more
or whatever
fun,
they give you.
but-
It's
Because
like,
you could
that's
actually
cool.
put power down halfway
Yeah.
through a turn.
Right.
Because it would go. Yeah.
Yeah. So good racing.
Yeah.
That was.
Do you want to go to my phone videos?
Say, yes, I will go to the things you have saved up in here. Click the audio.
So I
on
think
just-
this was your first race.
Probably. That would. It's first chronologically. Yeah, there's Greg Fredrickson in front of me.
Oh yeah.
There's Andy. I'll drop the volume a little bit.
Good times were had. For sure.
It's like we're all going almost exactly the same pace, kind of everywhere.
Right.
Skirting around.
Blocking Andy, even in practice.
Almost. A little bit.
Just a little, just for funsies.
I wonder if you caught this, Marcus.
He might have on one of these because it's when you record a minute long. I mean, you get a lot of laps.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you guys were on each other's bumper.
Yeah, this isn't.
This isn't
practice
even the good one. Yeah, I'll
no.
say the main was just ridiculous.
This is just kind of just hanging out.
right. Brian goes wide into the wall. I'm like,
There's my chance.
I make up a little time.
Oh, yep, that was it. There's your
Hey,
dive
there
bomb.
it is. Yep, there it is. I'm gone. Yeah, so it might be. Oh, you might not get this. Oh, I don't think you do.
It'd be this
Cuts
next
off.
corner. I don't know if it was. It might have been a lap or two later.
Yeah, it was.
And then there's another
was
one.
good.
Yeah. Let's see where that one is. Click that. Oh, this might actually. Oh, I didn't turn the audio on. My
Oh yeah,
bad.
Brian's behind me again, so this is good.
This is good for you.
Yeah. This might be it. This might be sudden death.
Oh, that's pretty normal.
Nope.
Because it would have been right in this area,
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 laps after that. Because I don't think I got around you, but man, it was close.
Yeah, no, I don't think you did, but
I don't think I
coming
did.
at me, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I got scared. I'll say you should be able to see me shake my head. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not this one.
No.
Probably like one more lap then, because it couldn't have been far after it. Oh, does the video make it there? It might. It's going the distance.
I think he probably ends it on that straightaway again.
Yeah, because I got a good run out of this corner. I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it. Damn it.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
all
You didn't
good.
know it was going to. I have it on the GoPro.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, you just got to find it, yeah.
This last one. I do
Was this the main or is
I have no-
what this one
I
is?
don't fucking
Okay.
know. I was just taking video because I'm like, we're
I
gonna
don't
need
remember red
footage.
shirt. This is Brian.
That's
and-
Marcus.
No,
This,
No,
is
that's
fr-
you.
this is from my phone.
Oh, my
There's
bad.
a 360 on his head.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
unicorn
fair.
guy.
I saw the carbon fiber. I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah, I just grabbed this. Like, this was Marcus's first lap out. I just
Gotcha,
grabbed
gotcha,
that real
gotcha.
quick,
Fair
I
enough.
think. That must have been for me. That's why Marcus doesn't know what it is, because I did
Yeah.
it. See any other videos? That is it for
I
video.
think so. Yeah, just
There's a
pictures
couple of-
now.
Me
Hey,
staring straight into the camera, apparently.
Yeah. So here's picture one.
You could see it's rather
It looks like it's one cart.
It
to
is
be
one-
fair.
one rotating cart.
Yeah.
This
Or
is a
just-
lap or two later.
This
yeah.
is. I think this is all the same picture actually, or like I think it was maybe it might have been.
It
I
could
don't
be
know.
the same. No, because it looks like you didn't move.
There was
that
a third
much.
picture I sent you. I thought we had it like just further. I don't know.
I think you did. I don't see it.
Or you didn't grab that one.
Maybe I didn't.
Either way, yeah. It like I thought it was like chronological in that.
I
but
might
yeah.
have. I might have just missed that one.
But yeah, it was like 1, 2, 3. I'm like, wow, I'm just less than a foot off your bumper the
Absolutely
whole time.
all over the cart.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it this one?
Yeah. Yeah, that one you can kind of see the
'cause
gap more.
you can't because
But
Facebook
you can't-
cuts
yeah.
the photo in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the gap I maintained
The whole
race.
It
The
was
whole
that
race.
or less the whole
Yeah.
race.
Yeah. So that's
yeah.
cool.
So since we were in the fastest heat and I placed first in the fastest heat, I ended up with the first place overall on the podium.
Yeah.
So here is the
I may be the second shortest. I may be the shortest guy here, and it looks like
I'll
I
be
didn't
honest,
get second place, but I did get second place.
I think Peter's as tall as you.
It looks taller.
He is
I'll give it.
He's
I'll give it
taller
to
than
him.
I thought. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he's taller than me. I'm like, shit.
I looked over after. I'm like, because I made the joke. I'm like, well, thank God Michael's not here and towering over me.
I think Peter and Michael are about the same height.
Probably
he's
close.
tall.
Yeah.
But it's like I look so short because I have little tiny baby legs. So I look like the
Same.
same height as you, except for all up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's our little podium picture.
Hell yeah. Gold
Which
and
is-
silver, baby.
Say ideally that's what we wanted is 1 and 2. It's just
Yeah.
however it worked, it worked.
Must be fucking nice.
You got third place.
You got third in your heat.
Didn't get a trophy.
Yeah.
'cause
It costs the
'cause,
company
you
money.
know.
They don't want to give them out all day. I guess.
Okay,
I don't
hold
know.
on. We had how many people?
Like
20
25.
something,
Call it 25.
24,
It's a good round
25.
number.
I'm gonna do 24 because that's an even number. Times $90 a piece.
About $350. No,
$2,160, and they couldn't hand out 6 fucking trophies.
But they carts are expensive. and
building
warehouse
costs
needs
my
heated, and
balls.
The warehouse needs heated. And
I got
all the
fist
game,
fucked.
Tell me you don't know how business works. Tell me you
So,
know how business works.
yeah,
Who sins?
after I popped a upper decky.
What a guy.
So yeah, after we all got done, podium pictures, we went and did the
Yeah, we like gather up all our
Region.
GoPro stuffs and whatever
Yeah.
else. By the time we walk in the room, they're already doing awards. It's like, oh, they're not waiting around for us.
I'm
Okay.
mad. Yeah.
We kind of wandered a little
We
bit.
all expected this to be like a food or
full,
we all
like,
go out to food
half-day
after.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was expecting to come home at like 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
finished our
same.
last race. I want to say at 12:38.
Yeah, like, so we were out of there by like
12:32 was our last
Yeah.
race. Whether that's the start or end time, I don't know.
Yeah.
But 12:38 is when we.
Yeah.
in
So we
the
were
last
getting
race.
awards by 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
We were done by 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we were
Everyone-
out and like at the restaurant at like 1.
Everybody had already left by 1 o'clock. Like,
Yeah.
we were the last ones there at 1. I'm like, oh damn! I guess
yeah.
like I get it. People have lives and stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I thought this was like, oh, everybody dedicated a day for this. Except
Yeah.
for them, for those guys, it was like, oh, we're gonna drive 45 minutes and then go do this
and then go
karting
home
stuff
or something. Yeah.
So
So yeah, like 1 o'clock, we're like, oh, I guess we're done. But
Yeah.
we walked in as they're like announcing, stuff. It's like, ooh, we gotta kind of sneak through here.
yeah.
I received my award for first place in the
Hold
Milwaukee
it up.
Region stock. It's all the way up there.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's
You're gonna
metal tab with sticker.
Yeah, please
you
be
know.
careful.
But yeah, it has the Milwaukee
Yes.
Rallycross logo on it. First place.
Wow.
From Plasma,
2024 Rallycross Championship, stock front wheel drive.
plasmatracks.com.
Sick.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, plasmatracks.com. Okay. But yeah, I did get that. You want to put that back?
Yeah, they went through all the
Congratulations.
all
they went through all the classes, and Brian got his award, and
And then
me and two other people, or me and Lucas Shane, were like, oh, wait
You guys,
a minute.
did-
You guys didn't
Wait
say
a
anything
minute.
about stock all-wheel drive.
and they're like, "Oh, we didn't."
And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure. And they're going through their papers and I think not the receipts, but the
Kinda like
order
the-
of
Yeah, the results.
Yeah.
I think they were looking at their trophies, like what they bought and brought there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm assuming it just got left out of
like-
the trophy making process.
It's kind of like yeah, there's no trophy here for that. You're like, really?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up the supplemental rules and see what it says because I don't actually remember. I just
Yeah.
assumed it's like, oh, we dropped 2 because that's what it looks like. Okay.
drop 2 events.
On a 5-event season, which is what we ended up at,
Yeah.
it is the 4 best events.
4 best, 3 minimum.
No, 4 best.
No, 4 best.
I believe. Because that's what I've been going off of is because for a 7, it's 5. For a 6, it's 4. I'm like, oh, it's the best. Because we're all planning on attending the last one to get your 4th.
Yeah.
So for a 5-event season, it says
Oh.
equals 4-event best.
Did anybody do 4 events?
Not in stock all-wheel drive.
Apparently not.
So yeah, to qualify for a season title in a given class, members must have entered a minimum number of events. The number of events shall be used based on the following. So 5-event season equals 4 best events. Which I didn't realize that it was like
Well,
that. And I wasn't planning on having
wait.
5 events either.
There was 5 events.
There was
yeah,
5
'cause I
events.
did 3.
Did Freeze Your Kurtz off count?
No. That is that's a divisional, not a
Gotcha.
regional.
Okay.
It's a different standing.
That's
So you didn't do the first one because
Yeah.
you were like, whatever. And then
but
I think you missed
6 was
you missed the third one.
so 5
You could-
5 event series or 5 event season is 4 as well as 6.
You can only miss 1 event. Four best events counts for a 5 and a 6 event season.
Yeah, that's
Because once you get to 6, you can drop 2 is kind of how they're running it.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas an 8 event season is still your 5 best.
Huh,
So you can
okay.
miss 3 and 9's 6. It's
well, dang.
as somebody who's new to this, it's like, oh, now I see what this means now that it's like you didn't
Mm-hmm.
get anything, which kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
it's the way it is.
Scoreboard.
It is in the
Yeah, I've got 3
rulebook.
trophies. I'll
Fun.
cry. I'll cry into those.
Cry into my 3 first place gold
Yeah.
trophies. Must be nice to have 3 of them.
You have one too.
I know. I don't have 4 though.
Well, you got the rally. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have 3 first.
I do have- I do have 4.
Go-karting. Yeah.
4, 5. I have a lot of trophies. Everyone's always
Good
like,
problem to have.
It's fun because talking to random people, I'm like, so how long have you been racing for? I'm like, this is my first year. They're like, huh?
Yeah.
They're like, your car's all painted and you're matching jerseys to your car. You have a
Yeah.
Because
carbon
we
fiber-
don't half-ass shit.
You have a carbon Kevlar helmet. And it's like,
the paint
Yeah.
was with. If it was anything but the paint, I think it'd be okay. But
on
the
the car,
paint
you
really,
mean?
yeah. See, the paint on your car really makes it look
Yeah,
like,
the-
oh, hey, I have time and I care about this.
When in
it's like,
reality-
no, it turns out I just have a lot of time.
I had,
like really,
I had almost no time, and I was like,
because you painted that before the first event.
yes,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the 2 weeks coming up to it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I put we peeled the tape off on Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Friday
loaded
did,
up.
I did
Yeah.
the tires and stuff, and then Saturday was the first practice. Yeah, it was. Did we go to the first practice? No.
No, it wasn't first practice.
It was RX
first-
101.
Yes.
It was RX
It
101.
was the learning
Yeah.
to
day. And I'm like, I know how to drive. Got my ass kicked.
You would have gotten your ass kicked by the
Oh,
Fiesta
yeah.
either way.
Yeah.
But I may not have got 8th out of 8th.
Fair.
I might have gotten 3rd out of 8th.
yeah,
Placed
But-
first that day.
You no. Who?
Third.
You?
No, third.
You got 3rd.
Third.
Yeah, not first.
I have no idea.
There was
Didn't
4
get a
cars.
fucking
yeah.
trophy.
There was 4 cars
Because there was
and you placed
4.
3rd.
Yeah.
They only
I beat a Porsche.
Thank
I
God.
beat a Porsche.
that is something that I cannot say. I've not beaten any Porsches.
He drove like a bitch.
Could I? Probably.
I mean,
Show me
if you look at the times, you probably were faster.
Show me
than
a
him that
stock
day.
front wheel drive Porsche and I'll show you a loser.
Damn.
Look,
Damn.
we got all the
It's
bugs.
it's a hybrid
we
Porsche with
got all the
EV only
bugs
mode or some
worked
shit.
out of my
Something.
shit box. We just got to
No, we didn't. We worked all the bugs into it. We
Well-
haven't fixed anything. It's actually worse than it's ever been.
It's
No, it's always been shitty and overheating.
it overheated on the way here.
oh,
at
it's
at-
fucking negative
at
10
5
out.
degrees.
at a high of 15 today. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, literally every week he's like, okay, I'm going to go add coolant to the car now.
I put coolant in it before I left.
I'm still pissed. I cracked my radiator this season in Rallycross, put a new stock replacement in, but it's not an old shitty radiator, so it's too efficient in the winter now, and it doesn't build heat as fast anymore. I'm like, this
block
sucks.
it off.
At least yours builds heat.
Eventually, yeah.
Mine just doesn't. I get like 2 minutes of heat, and then it's like, oh, temp gauge hot.
At least you guys have titles. I got nothing. I just got a race car.
Wait, cool.
But yeah, so that was our event there. After that, we went and ate at the Machine Shed.
Yeah, that was literally
It
3
was-
minutes down the road.
It's like kind of a Cracker Barrel vibe, but like a one-off restaurant style. Like it was very good, but it's like home style.
Yeah.
And they had the kind of knickknacks and stuff at the beginning. Like, oh, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers merch because Wisconsin. Ugh.
Yeah. Not
But yeah,
bad though.
it was-
And then
it was a good-
fucking turn around and go home. And
And drive the
Well,
2.5
what do I was saying?
hours.
And then what do we do on the way home? We
So,
search
we
Marketplace.
browse
On the way home,
What do we find on Marketplace?
because
Marcus?
I've like since Brian has got WRC and we've been playing a
I
little
love
bit.
EA Sports.
I did
WRC.
buy WRC
You
3
did as
days
well.
before because I
Nice.
had the day or half a
Yeah.
day or whatever. So I was like,
Yeah, because you texted me you're like, which one do you have? I'm like, this
yeah, I'm like,
one.
I just want to double check before I buy it. It was,
So-
it was $15 on Steam. I'm like,
Yeah.
fair, sick.
Kind of been like looking around, but like, it'd kind of be nice to, get a little wheel. Like, I'm not going to go crazy and buy, a direct drive and
Fanatec.
all this fancy
Moza.
bullshit. Moza
yeah,
shit.
we were talking about Moza too.
We did talk about Moza stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like, I've been searching. It's like, some of these, like, people want like $250 for like the wheel, the pedals, and the shifter.
There's
Without
also
the-
an
without
older
the shifter,
style.
usually.
No, on.
Yeah. There's also an older style too, so you
In
might
the-
as well buy the newer generation.
In the
of them.
older style, and while we're in the car back, Brian was like, I just found this one in like Peoria, and it's the new style. So it's the Logitech
which is another hour past home.
G93.
So there's the 920 and the 923,
Yeah.
which sound the same, but they're not. So here's a side-by-side comparison, actually. The 920 is what
Look
I
at the
have.
wheels fucking smaller.
It's just forced perspective because the pictures are. It's Photoshop. I mean, come
fair.
on. But the wheel on the right is what I have. It's simple, kind of monochrome gray, but no extra buttons. The one on the left is the newer, updated extra buttons. It's got a back button, like a plus minus whatever.
Yeah.
A blue
And a
stripe
dial.
and a rev counter on the top.
Which for I
Doesn't work in WRC.
yeah, it does not work in WRC. Not like I'm gonna look down at my wheel while fucking.
Oh, I-
racing.
But
I
if you're
did-
low enough, you'll see.
I did think it was funny. In WRC, the car I built, I put a rev indicator on the dash,
Yep.
And you could
because there's
see
the
it.
option. Then the gauge cluster that I put in the car also,
Also
had
has
one.
it.
I'm like, but they're different
They're
colors.
different,
I'm
yeah.
like, there's so much shit going on.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you race full cockpit?
Yeah, I do. It's
he- say,
third,
I'm
third person view
person
sucks.
pass.
Oh no,
dick.
no. I'm just because there's like
There's
you
hood
have
view.
Yeah, there's dashboard and then steering
dish
wheel
and
with
then
arms.
steer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I do like the one.
Since
with
we
arms.
have the wheel, we don't need the wheel in the
Yeah.
game. So we
It
move
do-
past
it-
that.
dashboard.
with me, I play on controller because I haven't bought a sim setup. I
Well, you had one, got rid of it, now
I'm
you want
not
it again.
ever gonna have another $2,000 fucking
Yeah,
sim
a
setup.
$200 one's way better.
But it's everything that I want. I want simplicity out of it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to hop on it and not care and just kind of make it work.
Oh, the settings are a little whack. Whatever.
Fanatec, I give them credit. They like you literally have to adjust every single
Everything.
fucking setting
Per
to
game.
make to make it work. So like I spent probably
couple hours.
2 or 3 hours on Assetto Corsa Competizione. And dialed it in. It was good. I also didn't have my shifter, my H pattern shifter yet, so I was doing paddles. It was great. Brakes felt great. It was a fucking great game. But I also got bored of it because I wanted my H pattern. I want to fuck around with
You
it.
want to actually drive a car.
Forza Horizon was good. I had maybe 3 or 4 hours in setting up for Forza.
Because the force feedback in Forza is different than every.
Way different from
'cause it's-
ACC.
It's an arcade racer, not a competition
Yes.
sim.
And then you go to any other game, it's like, oh my god, this sucks.
The level
Like,
of realism changes.
yeah, and you
the force
have to
feedback.
account for it, or else the game kind of doesn't
which
work
is
on the wheel.
great. For,
If you-
for
if you're-
wanting to be as realistic as you can.
If you're an iRacer, it's
But-
amazing.
Yes.
You could set it up for one
Fuck,
game.
that gets
perfect.
old.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it got old very fast. I
you-
found no ambition to spend 4 to 6 hours on every game to dial in
To
every.
just hop in and play for half an hour.
Yeah, that's where the Logitech comes in, and that's where most of the lower end shit is. It's good
design.
enough. It's pretty close to what you think it should be, and you can have fun for. It would literally be almost a tenth of the
Yeah,
price.
it feels correct enough.
Yes.
It's not right. You could like in BeamNG and other sims, it feels like the box is full of gravel and it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But in games that know you're using a kind of a cheap wheel, it can actually make a really nice force feedback.
Yeah, and again, and WRC is a very good game on the wheel. Like it's close enough. The inputs are pretty fucking close to like spot on.
It's close enough it doesn't irritate you.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
only thing
oh,
I hated about it was the fact that I kept hitting 5th gear instead of 3rd on the shifter, which
I
you
may
tried to
add,
fix.
I attempted to fix.
Yeah.
So there's a simple fix. Everyone says it's great. What you do is you put a spacer underneath the spring detent in the shifter.
Oh,
Here's what my shifter looks
Literally
like.
had to take that whole fucking
Yeah.
They
thing
did
apart.
surgery on a grape. Anyway, this is what the shifter looks like on the inside once you take all the stuff
on the
off.
bottom.
Yeah.
This is the top.
No,
Here's
that
the
is
shifter
top.
shaft.
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. You're right.
You take everything. There's a lot of random pieces, right?
Correct.
So here's the actual shifter mechanism. It's on these rails that drops in here.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the bottom connecting these two rails.
Oh,
They just stick into this groove,
Oh.
but there's spring pressure holding it together in this little cavity here.
Yeah.
So see this right here? This is a like detent ball
Yeah.
with a spring behind it.
Yeah.
And there's 3 notches, 1, 2, and 3 for like forward for like first, third, fifth,
Yeah.
backwards for second, fourth, sixth, whatever.
Okay.
So the simple mod is to put a spacer behind the spring to increase the pressure. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It'll make it kind of notchier, kind of pop in and out of gear before it's kind of soft and sloppy and
yeah.
whatever.
It'll feel
And
a little bit more realistic.
Everything's covered in grease, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, which makes
I'm
sense.
like, I suppose that, but it's like on the gates, which
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. It's just everywhere. But I'm like,
smeared from you using it.
But I'm like, whatever, okay. So you just slide this whole thing out of its cavity, basically unfold it like kind of a taco burrito thing. Don't lose that BB because it's spring loaded now, and there's nothing holding these sides together.
Yep.
Take the spring out, drop a spacer behind it, put the spring back in, put the BB in, close it up, done.
Cool.
I'm like,
How long
perfect.
did it take you?
The print took me 2 minutes because it's just it's a
Yeah,
little
it's
3D
just a little
printed
spacer.
little nubbin. I'm like, great.
Yep.
Everyone's like, this works great. It's awesome. Perfect. Dropped it behind it, put the spring in, put it together, try to drop it into the cavity. Kind of didn't work because there's a spring on the bottom of these 2 plates that holds them kind of tensioned-ish. But now that there's twice the spring pressure at the top,
It can't
it
compensate.
doesn't do anything now. It's just all fucked up. So drop it in there, put the screws kind of in it. I'm like, okay, let's see how this feels. Kind of forward and back once. Detent ball immediately flies out. Ping! I'm just like,
Fuck.
I'm like, oh no. I'm like, well, that really sucks. So it's covered in grease, like rolling in my carpet. I'm like, fucking, where to reach it around for? I'm like,
the black ball on top of your black and gray carpet.
yeah, I'm just like, it's somewhere. So take it out, take the spring out. I'm like, oh yeah, I dropped a little plastic spacer down this enclosed hole that has no back on it, and it's basically size for size that fits in there. I was like, that's when Marcus just texted me like, hey, you want to play WRC? I'm like, not right now.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Just play without the shifter, you pussy.
I can't. I'm covered in grease. Everything
Yeah.
you touch is like, it's like anise.
Yeah, this is a finish the project and then
Yeah.
and then deal
and go
with
to
it.
bed. I'm just
Well,
like,
yeah.
you touch it and you're like grease. The ball's covered in grease. The spring's covered in grease. I'm just like, I can't touch it. I'm grabbing paper towels and trying to wipe it off. And I'm like, okay, now this spacer's stuck in the bottom of this hole. It won't shake out. I don't want to break the potentiometers off this.
Just drill a little hole in the backside and push it out.
a
with,
little
like,
hole, motherfucker. I don't wanna. I can't because to take this plate off, I have to take the pot off of it, and I don't want to do
Oh,
that.
fuck that then.
There's
Yeah, never
a
mind.
sensor that checks the degree for forward or backwards. I have to take this.
Can you just put a heavier spring in rather than doing a spacer?
Probably.
I have
just pull the
I have-
spring out
I have
and-
1,000 springs that Obermiller gave me a long time ago.
But at too
so.
much pressure to launch that ball out. And that was what the
Oh,
problem
fair,
was.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Okay.
it needs to be a little bit more pressure.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's stuck in there. This sucks. It's too much pressure. I'm just like, oh, what do I do? I'm like, genius. I'm like, it's made out of plastic. I went and grabbed a drywall screw and started threading
Oh,
it
hell yeah.
into the plastic
And
and
pulled it out?
Pulled it right out. I'm like, sweet. I'm like, this isn't going to defeat me yet. I'm going to try again. So I took the spacer and I cut it in half, like to make it shorter.
Yeah.
Put it back in there. I'm like, of course, I'm like, everything's covered in grease. This sucks. Put it back
Yeah.
in there. Put the screws in. I'm like afraid to shift it. I'm like, that ball's gonna go flying. I'm like, tink, tink. I'm like, okay, it's not falling out. And they're like, well, if it doesn't fall out in the first 2 or 3, it will never fall out. I'm like, I don't believe you. Like,
Bullshit.
that sounds what liars would say. So I'm like, tick, 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 start beating on it. The problem is when the top shell isn't off, it can come like you go to fourth and then keep going.
Yeah.
Nothing to stop the shifter. So I did that once, pull it back, and the ball fucking launches out of the side of these plates because it'll just keep going backwards. I'm like, one more time. I don't know why you can't just lean it back, push the ball, and then roll it forward. That'd be way easier,
Yeah,
mod,
it
instead
would
of
be.
taking it all the way out. But, I'm not the guy who designed it. But cut the spacer in half, put it in there. It works. The ball doesn't fly out. Put it back together. I'm like, I'm done. I don't even want to try
I'm never
it.
opening this again.
It didn't feel that different. I'm going to bed, whatever. And the next day I'm like, it does feel a little better. It's a little bit more kind of like click, click. Instead of before it was just kind of
Nice.
mush, mush. So it's together. I didn't break it.
Wow.
It sucked. I was
so
mad. I was very mad.
After we got back from Wisconsin,
On the way
we,
back, I'm browsing Facebook. I'm like, hey, just buy this one. You're like,
Oh
You're
shit!
you're like,
Has the pedals
It's
with
the-
the clutch. Has the shifter.
the newer style wheel, and
Well,
it's-
so it was the
Has a
newer
folding
style
table.
wheel
yes, which is what we wanted
with
'cause it's
the
better.
with the pedals, with the H pattern shifter,
with the stand.
and a stand, a folding stand.
Yeah, for
which
what,
is
200, 250?
listed at 250.
250.
Yeah.
I asked him if he'd take 200.
Well,
He
first
said
you
no.
like send me that listing. Like, okay, he's like, I'll see if it's even there. Guy texts back immediately. He's like, fuck. He's
Yeah,
like, I'm
it's
at
like you can't message people without being serious.
Yeah.
I was serious because
Well, I
I've been
know.
thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, here's a good deal. And you're like, shit,
Yeah.
that is.
I found
good deal.
I found a KLX 110 that needed a shifter shaft and
a new head.
a new head because the spark plug was cross-threaded.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh, Brian might have both of those things.
I
I'll
know
be
I have a
honest.
stock head probably.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, $300 with Brian's parts. I'm being this thing all said and done like 400.
And even then, you could put a big bore kit on it because you
Yeah.
take all that stuff off. Anyway.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
so
strip
I'm like
it
fucking
like,
sick.
I'm like the shifter shaft's at the bottom. You could put the fourth gear shift drum in there while you're at it. Hardened output
yeah.
shaft, put a clutch
Yeah.
on it. You know, while you're in there.
Yeah, it was less than 2 hours old. I know.
Yeah, it was
it was
fresh.
not very old. I'm like, oh hey, fucking, I want this.
You're like,
And
I'll take it.
he's like, got a couple people ahead of you. I'll let you know. I'm like, fuck, it's
no,
gone.
it's-
It's so gone. It was in Indiana, but I'm like, the Subaru. I returned the rental car. I had the Subaru back. I'm like, it'll fit in the trunk of the Subaru.
If not on
it's
the roof.
fine. Oh, hey, it would come home for sure.
You would find a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could pin it to your hitch with like a zip tie sideways and drag it down the
Hell
road.
yeah.
but
I'm
so
like, I got plastics. I got the whole thing. But
yeah,
yeah.
we drove another hour and a half after we got home.
Yeah,
switched cars.
yeah. You guys dropped me off. 'cause
yeah,
I
you dropped us off at my truck.
Yeah,
So
at my
it's like-
parents' house. Yeah, I'm like, here you go. I'm
Like,
like,
all right.
have fun. I'm 14 hours of driving this weekend.
We're all
done.
like, yeah, it's fair. So we
Yeah.
get in my truck. It's like, I'm like, I don't know if this will fit in the truck. He's like, do you just want to go switch to your car? I'm like, we probably should because it'll
Better-
fit,
better gas
it'll
mileage.
just
Oh,
fit
fair.
in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, instead of like put it in the bed, but it's kind of shitty out. and It's like,
Yeah.
we'll just go get the car, whatever. Get here, of course. Like my car drones like a motherfucker at 80.
It's pretty bad.
So it's like if you crack the windows about a millimeter, it kind of goes away enough that you can
Yeah.
ignore it.
It
But
wasn't terrible outside on Sunday.
no,
Yeah, it
so
wasn't
we just
that bad.
Cracked it, turned the heat up a little bit, turned the music up. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be loud, but it'll get way
whatever.
better mileage.
Yeah.
So we switched this, dropped all my stuff off, and then
Drove down to
I thought there was something else. Oh yeah, because Andy, we stopped at your house so you could get money.
Yeah.
Marcus brought all the stuff inside, except for all the stuff in the trunk of Andy's car.
because I forgot.
Ah, yeah.
So we like, okay, I guess we're taking this with us too.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I was gonna drop him straight at his house after that. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
well, it's not going in the back seat for sure now of the
Fair.
truck. So
Man.
I dropped my stuff off here. We got in the car, started driving, drone for an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the way we were going, it's like hop on the interstate and just go south. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like this is gonna suck.
Oh, yeah.
And like Peoria is like you take a 2-lane and it's nice and easy.
Yeah, it's
We were going
yeah.
just far enough off of like in between Peoria and Bloomington. So
Okay,
it's like,
yeah.
It's like interstate to
it was like
Bloomington.
peeking.
Kinda,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, showed
that,
up, realized it wasn't a dude. It was like some like
14-year-old kid.
14-year-old kid.
Oh.
Like walked in.
Was it a male or a female?
it was a dude.
Okay, yeah, okay. Like,
it's
it's just
like-
a young dude.
We walk in like they're not even watching the Super Bowl. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Good for
Whatever.
them.
We pull up. We're like, that looks like Marcus's fucking.
Oh yeah,
his internet
so they
company
had
he works
a
for.
they had a dish up on the tower of the roof, and I was like, man, that looks really fucking. Is that a fucking EPMP 500?
Like, it looks just like
Like,
the ones I
goddamn.
installed.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, you could lowball them and trade them internet service for it.
I'll bump you up.
I
You'll
could
never
I
know.
could bump you up there,
Like, hey,
bud.
you're like, hey, there was an outage. I took care of them, but we're gonna comp it. And
Yeah.
the boss is like, no, the fuck we're not.
So yeah, walked in. It was already sitting folded up on the floor. I was like, all right, when was the last time you used it? He was like a week ago. Because on the 2 miles before we got there, I was like, fuck, how the hell are we gonna test this thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I should have brought my laptop, just plug it in.
Yeah, and make sure it
yeah.
at least got
And
recognized.
then like 4 miles before we got there, I almost hit a deer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just cruising back or whatever. I'm like, looking
Deer.
up. I'm like, oh, it's a deer on the road.
Yeah.
Slam on the brakes. Mark's like, what the fuck?
So yeah,
Didn't
got
hit it.
there. Gave him $240 cash in less than a minute of being in that guy's house. Walked out.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love fast. Oh, that was going to be my. That's if it still happens. That's going to be my Facebook interaction with the crackhead with the Traxxas RC car.
Oh,
and
sure.
the
You just wanna, like,
the axial
hey,
bomb.
You
or
got the
whatever.
thing? Hey, you want to test it?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah, that might have been how we got on to Facebook Marketplace conversation because I'm like, you guys got to see this dude I found.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The drywall installer
Just unhinged.
from Missouri or
Full
whatever.
on fucking crackhead.
Dude, yeah. I was like, dude selling 2 RC cars worth probably $400 if they both were like. As they sit, they're worth 300, 400 if it was like in working condition. At this point, it's just a random crackhead's Facebook or Marketplace post of, hey, here's this thing I'm trying to sell, as well as you can have this too. I'm like, for $100. I'm like,
These
interesting,
are stolen, but okay.
I'm like, interesting. Go to his profile. I'm like, oh, you're
Full on
full of
crackhead.
crack.
If you're unsure, you got to click on somebody's
He has-
profile and kind of like read them. You're like, is this a normal guy?
He has videos of himself. He got a tattoo gun for this past Christmas 2 months ago, and he's
Full of
tattooing
shitty tattoos.
tattooing himself of like touching up his old tattoos. I'm like,
Very
oh
badly.
wow, this is
Very,
fucking
very
crazy,
bad.
dude.
Like you can see the jitter lines in his hand because he hasn't had a cigarette in a while.
Yeah, it was fucking interesting.
Needless to say, you haven't met up with
No,
him yet.
I haven't. But that was
That
like,
dude-
if I do meet up to buy these RC cars, it'll be a
A bring your gun.
hey,
kinda
yeah,
thing.
bring my gun on me and $100 bill and say, I'm not letting go of this bill until I have a car in my hand.
You gotta bring
and then
your
we're gonna
big,
walk
bring
away.
your big scary pit bull on her leash.
Yeah.
She's, hi, what's going on? And you're
Yeah.
like, no, be scary, please.
But so yeah,
Yeah, super easy.
Brought
threw
a
it in the
wheel and
truck.
pedals and shifter home. Went home immediately. Popped it in. It was like, oh, cool. It's recognized. Booted up WRC. Worked fucking immediately. I was like, okay,
Hell yeah.
cool.
Oh, I'm looking at your arms now.
Yeah.
you're kinda
So
fucked up.
I have
Yeah.
an old chair in the basement.
Yep.
And
Probably better for height, I'm assuming.
It's okay.
Or
It
just-
could be a
just
little
in general.
lower.
That's what you
it
wanted?
look, it just works.
Yeah.
I was trying to go in this as cheap as possible.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So like,
It's still a fairly comfortable chair.
yeah.
though, so
Yeah, we
It's
locked
just, like,
the,
disintegrating.
Back, we
Yeah,
locked
oh,
the
yeah,
back
yeah.
tilt so you can't lean away from it.
Oh,
When you're pushing
yep.
the brakes.
you
Like,
can
yep.
a little bit, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulled the wheels off the bottom and then raced in. It was like, oh, like this this works pretty good. You can adjust your height to everything in that. The only thing that sucked is
his elbows already hitting
Yeah,
the armrest.
yeah,
like
yeah.
Your shuffle steering.
Your elbows
Yeah.
are on your rib cages and
yeah,
you're trying to steer.
it's a very small
and
steering
shift,
box.
actually, yeah.
He's not using a shifter.
I'm
but
not using a shifter.
Fair. Yeah,
I
you
drive
have a broken
automatic.
hand.
That's why I'm out of mine. I'm like, his feels so much better because it's new.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, this is
I
what
told you
used-
I'd trade 'em.
It's the same shifter.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yours just feels nicer because it's
How
has
much
a
is that
V.
shifter?
Like 50,
brand new.
like
yeah, I was
50
like,
bucks.
fucking.
But I'm on PC now. I bought this for Xbox.
Oh,
So
fair,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just get like a nice wheel and nice shifter and
Fair,
nice
yeah.
pedals, and that's $1,000.
Yeah,
yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So,
well, you can
wanna-
sell yours for $250.
I'll
Apparently.
sell to Nick. Nick wants
There
one.
you go.
There you
So,
go,
200
yeah,
But
bucks.
I guess I could sell my play seat and get a next level GT.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, no, but
If you want to go to the next picture.
yeah, the other picture of your setup,
Yep.
which is this one.
Cat.
Marcus made a huge
I
upgrades.
cut the armrests off my chair.
because the armrest is what holds the
Well, yeah,
back
they also,
together.
at this point, they do nothing. So fuck
No,
yeah.
they hold the back of the fucking chair together.
yeah, now they do because
Oh, yeah.
they're still in like an L-shaped bracket.
Yeah.
against the
fair.
bottom.
Yeah, that
It's
makes sense.
2 bolts in the bottom and 2 bolts in the backrest.
They're a very sturdy arm,
And I really
mount,
didn't feel
Yeah.
like fucking taking them off, so I cut like halfway through them with a hacksaw that
which
you can
could
literally see in the
laying
background.
in the background, evidence of the crime.
And then I just popped them so that they snap.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's just really shitty, like injection molded.
Because at first I'm like, we have a seat for this. You have a whole donor Subaru.
Yeah.
yeah.
Eventually, we are going to do that.
I would say that's my parents' friends. They bought one. They got a same wheel and shit.
Oh.
They I forgot what game they have. It's like it's dirt. No,
Dirt
not
2
dirt,
or
not dirt.
Dirt
It's a
4.
dirt oval. It's a multi
yes.
racing one. They have PlayStation. I don't know exactly what game it is.
Probably not Gran Turismo. Something
I don't
else.
know.
Grid?
It's some sort of I don't know what it is.
either
but
way.
either way, they got it. But they got the wheel for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The next day was like the junkyards were open, so they just went and they bought a $10 fucking seat from the junkyard.
A seat
they
out of
built a wooden
something.
frame. They're like, all right, it works.
it's
There you
fine.
go. Have
That's
fun.
the plan. Eventually, we're going to take
Yeah.
the front passenger seat out of the donor
Yeah.
car and use that.
Hell
Because
yeah.
it's all manual adjust anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
So,
But yeah. Also,
Yeah.
cat.
No, I was gonna say get find a cheap lap belt so you're like strapped more to the seat.
fuck it. We'll just put a 6-point in.
no.
Oh,
don't go
actually,
up the
you
weenie.
can steal the lap belts out of the back seat.
Oh,
Because
Yeah, maybe.
they'll both, you can fucking just screw it to the frame you're gonna make or whatever.
I've heard worse ideas. I've
Throwing it
probably
out
heard, I've
there.
probably
We can
heard
do
worse
whatever the fuck we
ideas-
want.
Heard worse ideas than
Fuck
that today.
it. We'll cut the car in half, cut the fucking engine bay out, and bam!
You're not
simulator.
None of us are going to say no, other than getting it in your
No,
basement.
leave the whole car together. Just put your PC in it. Duh.
He's man
I'm
spitting
thinking.
facts.
I'm thinking smart here. If it's outside in the wintertime, the PC will run cold.
And while you're at it, hook the wheel right up to your wheels and hook the pedals up to your throttle and stuff, and you can drive the car with the wheels and pedals.
Fucking hell. Just torch it all out of the way and stuff it up in there.
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be that hard,
fuck.
really. But you could pull the dashboard inside. We could make a whole thing out
Yeah,
of
we
it, but
could.
it's kind of, I don't
Kind
know.
of poopy.
I mean, it'd be cool, but you don't have a
Cool.
forklift access door to your basement.
Nope.
So get
Need a bigger
plus
house.
plus one for me, I guess. Yeah,
So,
that's less than use a whole car inside your
Yeah,
house.
yeah. She'd kill
Put it in the
me.
chicken coop.
No. Speaking of chickens,
Uh-oh.
so we haven't talked about this because it's
We probably have, and you just forgot about
Well,
it.
no, we haven't talked about it on podcast really.
You
But
probably.
we had a sick chicken.
I think we talked about
She
it
had a little butt
because you
blowout.
wiped purple. Did we talk about? I
yeah, you
swear.
showed me that while I was eating.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
On the way up to the podcast.
I'm not gonna
or some
show it
shit.
'cause it's fucking
You don't
gross.
need to see it.
Run
It's
through
bad.
your theories.
I did not want to
Theories.
see it when I was eating.
Well,
Especially.
go through your thing.
But yeah, we had a sick chicken. She had a little butt blowout. It was
gross.
Alice, one of our black stars.
Mm-hmm.
So since
You can't come with a story and
I
have no
know.
facts.
I'm pulling an Andy right now of
But Andy
exact
knows all
date
his facts.
bullshit.
We
Try.
still have to talk about his stuff.
The-
We missed him for 2 weeks in a row now.
I still haven't done anything with it. It's fine. Cat.
Friday the
Anyway.
31st.
So that would be 14 days ago.
Yeah. Brought her inside, had her in the bathroom in
The
the
cats
old
loved that.
brooder box. The cats really did fucking love it. Like the last couple days so I had her in the brooder box, which is just a fucking big tote with chicken wire on the top. And I had her covered up so that way the less sun she got, she wouldn't, be inclined to, make an egg and lay an egg.
Oh,
'cause,
yeah, yeah.
the less coming out of the ass end of her, the better.
Fair.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. But the last couple days I, left her uncovered and Olive would just sit up on the top and just watch her. And I'm like, quit fucking antagonizing
That's because she's a predator.
your sister. Fuck.
She's like, I could eat that whole thing and nobody would know.
So, spent way more money than I wanted to on medication because, when you're buying that shit, it's, like $20, $30 a fucking bottle.
And then you buy 2, 3, 4, 5. You're like, oh, fuck.
Well, so the funny thing is that Friday I
can't
went
wait to laugh. It's so funny.
to Dollar General because the first thing, the first thing that I read is like, okay, Epsom salt baths, witch hazel.
No, that's a brine. That's the wrong chicken. That's dead
No,
chicken, not
no,
live chicken.
no. Epsom salt, witch hazel, and hemorrhoid cream.
Ah, so you walk in there
Yeah.
buying those 3 things.
So I went into Dollar General and bought,
Bro, this is the weirdest exorcism.
The cashier's looking at him like, the fuck?
it gets better.
Oh, no.
So I got witch hazel, like Neosporin, and Preparation H,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
brother.
Brand name. Good stuff.
and walked up to the counter and just without thinking, the guy's like, "Oh, how's your day going?" It's like, "Oh, not bad. Could be better."
As you're holding
Literally,
wait a minute.
I got out to the car and I'm like, "You fucking dumbass."
Because he went home, he's like, guess who I saw today?
Or, yeah,
Some
like,
dude
I
who
saw
has
this
hemorrhoids.
dude. Yeah, this dude's having a fucking hell of a time with his butt.
Although as a Dollar General employee, you probably are used to it
Yeah,
by now.
Fair, yeah. People are buying a lot weirder shit
Left.
at Dollar General.
To be fair, people are coming in and buying Chuck E. Cheese pizzas. You're like, his butthole's ruined, fucking gone.
I needed that preparation H. I should
I
have
left
doubled up.
left Dollar General, went to Roking. Roking didn't have shit.
They're always out of stock of only the things you need.
Well,
Uh-huh.
like their
Everything else is
medication
fine.
is more kind of specific to pigs,
Big
sheep,
animals.
and cattle.
Real livestock, not this.
And they really
phony-
didn't have.
Even though they sell chickens.
They do well. They're like
They don't
chicken
ex-
section is not that big.
Can't say I've ever seen that.
They don't
honestly.
expect those chickens to live. What
I,
do you
yeah,
think?
I see the little bastards in the fucking
all the girls,
the water
totes.
tower.
I'm like, ah,
chickens
neato,
in a
and
little
then I just walk
cardboard
away.
box,
Yeah.
shaking it out of the store. Like, oh, they're already dead.
Literally, yeah.
You're stressing that animal out.
Yeah, animals love being
So
stressed.
they didn't have anything, and so then I went to CVS
for more preparation.
for I needed gloves and
So you bought the preparation H and gloves at different stores
Yes.
to hide the paper
I
trail.
wasn't paying $30 for fucking goddamn.
You come in
box of
rubber
gloves.
gloves, hemorrhoid cream. They're
Well,
like,
so
what are
I
you
walk
doing?
in and I had my phone out because I was looking for 2 specific creams, medication, ointments, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
KY.
Like Deterol and something else.
Sure.
And
Burb.
there was a worker there, and she's like, "Oh, can I help you find something?" I was like, "Yes."
They hate it when you say yes.
Yes, I need these 3 things. I need fucking rubber. I need gloves, Deterol or whatever the fuck this is, and this other
You have a
thing
list,
that I
yeah.
can't fucking pronounce. She's like, "I don't know what the other 2 things are, but gloves are down here." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Good start.
And so like we're kind of like looking around. She's pointing stuff out. Well, turns out chickens can't have fucking lidocaine, like whatsoever. You can't give them any fucking painkiller.
Sick.
Cool.
Fair enough, whatever.
Birds
if
are
you
weird.
do, like, you have to get it in like an injectable form, and I'm not fucking giving.
You
a
can't
chicken-
apply it topically.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Because their
that.
skin's weird.
So she's, kind of trying to help me out, help me out, and I'm like, can't have that because that's got lidocaine. She goes, "What are you trying to do?"
Yeah,
Like-
you know all the information. She's like, what
This
the
is
fuck?
gonna sound really weird. I have a chicken that's sick, and I need stuff for her butt.
She's like, why is the chicken sick? And what are
And
you
she
doing
goes,
to her
"Oh,
butt?"
well, can I ask what happened?" And I'm like, "Well, she has this, and it's kind of gross."
You're like,
and-
here, look at this picture. She's like,
no.
"Ugh."
And of course, I'm still in a half cast in a sling. She's like, "Oh, what'd you do to your hand?" I was like, "I apparently snapped a tendon." Turns out I didn't snap a tendon. My hand's just fucked up. Apparently. Arthritis.
Sudden onset overnight arthritis.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, the
So,
bird tore it off.
Yeah. Got out of CVS with like $108 more of shit.
Brand name.
And went home and started treating her. And
Started applying creams to chicken
then I
butt.
think Saturday I got up and went to Tractor Supply and spent another like $100+ on other stuff, because Tractor Supply, believe it or fucking not, actually carries like actual medications for like a wide variety of fucking animals.
They are like Royal King's very broad. They have everything,
Yeah.
kind of,
but not
deep.
specific stuff.
You want clothes or weird off-brand sodas,
Yeah.
or bolts or Milwaukee tools or horse feed.
Yeah.
But they don't have depth in those things.
Not very.
So I went there, talked to some of the people there who have chickens, and they were like, "I've never had that happen to me, but like I know for a fact this is specifically made for what you're having an issue with." So, got more stuff, kept treating her. The problem is her little blowout like dried out and scabbed. Yeah. So I was trying to get the swelling down enough to where she could,
Kind of close it back up.
yeah, close it back
Suck
up.
it in, honey. Suck it in.
Basically. And like the first 2 nights, I spent a good half hour with my finger in a chicken's ass, which is not how I would expect my fucking weekend to go.
You're one of very few people who can use that sentence
Yep.
unironically.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So every night she would get an Epsom salt bath, Preparation H, and
And a quick finger.
Neosporin, and then I would either use something called Blue Coat, which is like an antiseptic, antifungal.
It's basically like a seal coat for their skin.
Yeah, kind of. It's like a liquid bandage.
Yeah, liquid
kind of
skin,
thing.
essentially. Yeah.
And then what the fuck's it called? Some just general chicken spray.
Don't worry. Nobody has it. You could say any. You'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck to pronounce it, to be completely honest. No.
marijuana.
So I did that. Ordered some wound gel, which is also like a drying bandage stuff, but it's not as like drying out.
How much money do you have in this chicken's ass?
about $350.
I probably spent $200 to $300 on this stuff.
But she
But
lay
now
egg.
that I needed to have some of this stuff,
Fair,
you have to have
yeah.
some supplies on hand.
Yeah.
Generally
Yeah.
speaking.
which most of this stuff has come in handy within the
And
past
if you
couple
get
of weeks.
a gaping wound in your butt, you know what to do.
Exactly.
It's preparation.
Yeah, H.
H.
But
Not
yeah,
a sponsor. Wish they were.
what was that South Park episode with the fucking?
They made 1,000
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
I don't
whatever.
know, man.
But
They're all the same. Anyway.
Yeah, after a week and a half, I popped her back in the coop, and she immediately got fucking bullied on.
What? This poor baby.
Yeah, so I had to play chicken air jail for like 2.5 hours in the coop, where I would just be like, "No,
Stop it.
bad chicken, bop, no, step it, bad."
You're the chickens.
What is the toy that's on the ground? It's all
It's like I don't know, it's some enrichment thing.
like an
that
autism
they
enhancer.
they don't fucking use. But yeah.
autism enhancer.
So,
okay, look at it though.
I know,
Alice,
it is.
Are
it
you
is.
intrigued? You're intrigued.
Yeah, obviously.
You asked about it.
Obviously.
You're like, damn, I kind of want one.
I was
Yeah.
just like, God damn, there's a lot of shit going on over there.
I fixed a sick chicken and didn't have to kill her because that's.
Yay.
I was more afraid of like her, being in pain because
That is going to be the most expensive fucking chicken sandwich you're ever going to eat.
And it's not going to be that good either. Can use their eggs to bread the chicken breast.
Could technically.
Of themselves.
But
egg wash
Tori
it
was
with
not the happiest with me having a live animal in our bathroom because our
got
house is
like
super
three
small.
more
Like,
running
like
around
your
the
cats
house.
aren't also
Fuck it.
live wild animals.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I really didn't. I wanted to try my best.
it's a good valiant effort to give. Is like,
Yeah.
I want to do this right.
Yeah.
Let me try
And
my
it's
best.
like we talked about, and then because Tori was like, "How many days is she going to be in here?" And I'm like, "This could take a couple hours. This could take up to a month."
40 days and
she's
Bowie
like,
nights.
"So what happens if she's not getting better in like 2 weeks?" I'm like, "Well, then we're gonna have to take her outside and pop her neck." But I really don't want to do that because I feel like I'd fuck it up, and that poor animal's
You
gonna
buy
be
a hatchet. That's what you.
well.
But they can
so
live with their head cut off.
The discussion was, it's
Not
like
more than a
we
couple
do
hours.
have an axe outside. I'd probably have to sharpen it a little bit.
Ah.
Or, we take her out to my sister's and use Grandpa's 22 and just
You also got a 12 gauge pump.
that's a bit excessive.
You grab the bird by the feet, wait for somebody to yell pull.
That's
and
no.
overhead.
That's
It's like
no,
pheasant hunting. You gotta pop the bird.
Oh, that's excessive.
I will attest to the pheasant hunting. When it's really cold and they don't fly up,
You gotta make 'em fly.
It has happened where somebody's like, "Don't fucking hit me," and they grab it and just go yeet, and it's
Bird
like,
go up.
well, it's something.
Birds up.
So
Yeah, birds up.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I healed a chicken.
Yay.
Yippee.
Yay.
Speaking of hunting things, though, do you want to tell the story about your coworker?
About what?
Oh,
about
God.
this raccoon trip.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, God.
I'll tell it real quick. If Joe's truck was fixed, he would have came on tonight.
Oh yeah. So,
Because
okay.
like Nick had to back out because he was busy. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, you fucked up. He's like, what'd I do? I'm like, you fucked up bad. He's like, because I say it to him all the time
Oh,
for
yeah,
random
yeah.
shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
you fucked up. He's like, probably.
Yeah, fair.
I'm like, look, your truck's not here today. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm pissed about it. I'm like, we have an empty spot on the podcast. He's like, son of a bitch.
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, because he wants to hunt your land and he likes
Oh,
dirt
yeah.
bikes and stuff. He's like, I just need to yap.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
like-
Oh yeah. I would love to. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like,
yeah.
fair enough. But
Absolutely.
it was like 2 weeks ago or whatever. They were doing there was an event where you were hunting raccoons.
Yes.
It was a 24-hour period to get as many as you could.
Yes. The local bar does this with coyotes, or
Yeah.
at least the events at the end of the day or it's a weekend thing.
Yeah, but it's held at
and it's held at the local bar.
I'd
Right.
like to participate next year.
I can try to get you info. I think it's springtime actually.
No,
so
I'm
it's-
thinking like
he wants
a
the
raccoon.
reg-
hunt.
Oh,
Break-ins.
okay, yeah. I'll say if you want to do the coyote one, that's also open.
Yeah, because I think I was telling this to
Fuck
Marcus
it, we want to go. Let's go.
in the car on the way to get his wheel. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's
I think
like,
it was on the way back, but
we were
potato,
talking.
potato.
This was like 2 weeks ago or something. It's like he's like, I've already pre-registered for it. So I already paid for it because we're working Saturdays and stuff anyway.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
like, I already paid for it. He's like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like it starts at like 5 p.m. Friday afternoon and ends 5 p.m. like Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, so we're gonna go overnight and go.
Yes, yeah.
He's like, so I'm gonna do that. He's like, I'll come in the morning sometime, depending on how late I can stay out and be awake. Mm-hmm. So he rolled in at like 11:30. But
Okay, yeah.
him and his little posse took my big spotlight, allegedly. I don't know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and they got 40 raccoons.
Holy shit.
and they didn't even go for the full 24-hour period.
Yeah, no, they were like, because he came to work at 11:30 after going to bed. So
Yeah,
I think he
yeah.
stopped at like daylight, like probably 5 or 6. Got a couple hours, came
Yeah.
in.
Did he
So-
go back out like after work?
No,
Or,
'cause
oh,
they
no,
finished
yeah.
at 5 and we were
yeah,
working
yeah,
the
okay,
day.
okay.
So
yeah.
he was out for 10 to 12
Wow.
hours.
And they got 40.
That's
'Cause
a lot.
it's-
Where were they at?
You can hunt your own. They have property. I can explain it to where it is.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
But they
where he lives close to, or
No.
Okay.
No, I'll explain it later.
Okay, yeah,
It'll make a
that's
ton of
fine.
sense.
Okay, I was just curious.
It's a lot closer to your house.
Okay,
than
okay.
Most things, but still,
Huh.
they got 40 between the like 4 or 5 of them.
That's.
I'm like,
I haven't. I don't
just
see
wait.
40 in a year.
Yeah.
Like, god
Oh,
damn,
just
dude.
wait.
And-
I do have some sort of animal living on my land. I need to talk to the hunter on my land and see if he knows what the fuck it is. It burrowed into like the hill climb area,
it's probably
and I couldn't
something-
tell. It's either raccoon, fox, or coyote for sure.
That big of a den?
It's probably
probably
10
Fox.
10
Probably
inches
Fox.
whole. Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Fox.
water. But
Either way.
it's like, damn, that's a lot of raccoons, right? Mm-hmm. It's like,
Nope.
Oh, they
Who
won.
won?
They lost.
Yeah, I was
by
like,
a
who won?
lot.
Holy fuck.
The winning team had like 137 raccoons.
How big are the teams possibly?
I
though?
don't know. I don't know the
I was
limits.
like, because if there's 4 people on all their own land getting 40 apiece, then sure. But like, dude, like fucking 40. I've never seen a group of more than 3 or 4 raccoons at one time.
And like this is where we got into the conversation.
God
like,
damn, dude.
You know, after like 10 or 20, I think I'd start to feel bad.
I would start to
Be like,
fucking
God,
feel bad.
you little dipshits are so fucking stupid.
Can you imagine
damn,
it's 2 a.m. You're out there with a spotlight. The raccoon's just chilling, whatever, and all of a sudden it sees the light of the sun boil its retinas,
And then all of a sudden its head is
and it
expanding.
just stops existing. Up in a tree, allegedly. Fucking pop.
Oh
Like,
my
Yeah, so like here's the other thing. What happens if they're high up in a tree and they get stuck?
You hit 'em
You
with
just
that. You just keep
fucking
hitting
start hitting them.
send a dog up there or
Oh
something.
Yeah.
my god!
Hope you can find a branch on the ground and poke it out of the
Poke it.
fucking yeah.
Send one of your buddies up the tree. Fucking
Yeah,
go up there,
kinda.
figure it out. Who shot it? You get up there.
Yep. Sucks to be you.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Next year we're gonna bring the drone out with
Yeah.
the thermal.
The winning team had like a John boat with it just stacked
Oh,
full of I'm like, I've never seen. They're big too. They're all like
Oh, I know. Yeah.
30+ pound
They get
raccoons.
big. Holy
I'm like,
fuck.
that's like 3,000 pounds of raccoon.
I start to feel bad.
Like 100 and some raccoons at 30 pounds a piece is literally thousands of pounds of raccoon. I'm like,
Well, so if we do
Holy
130
fuck.
raccoons
times
at
call it 35 is an
35 pounds apiece, it is
That is
4,550 fucking pounds
Of
dead
raccoons.
raccoon.
Ricky the raccoon's pissed. Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
So yeah, it's like-
Also, like, there's probably, presumably, what, 10 to 20 teams doing this?
I'd assume, and they're each
So,
getting 30, 40, 100.
Yeah. Oh, call it minimum. The
Yeah.
team that did the worst got
5.
30.
12, a dozen.
Yeah.
Call it an even dozen.
Right.
Like, holy fuck,
So
dude.
the local region lost like 400 raccoons in one day. It's like I didn't know there were that many around. It's like,
So I think it'd be kind of funny to do that next year.
it's like the first one you're like, yeah. Second one you're like,
Wow.
oh. After that you're like, oh. And after about 10 you're like, no, this is fun again.
We just get pissed drunk all walking
I'll
in
say
a line.
it gets easier the
So
more
I'm
you
like,
drink,
can we
sure.
take your fucking spotter drone and go up there with a thermal and just like that's not against
On
It's-
one
yeah, it's-
condition, as long as the drone is behind
Oh,
the
yeah,
shooting
no,
line.
that's fine. Yeah.
Nah,
It'll be above it.
it. Babies don't go that far.
Yeah.
Like you're out there with like an AR-10 or something. You're like thump, 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 thump. You're like,
Fuck that ammo! Bang, bang.
Because one of
Pull the Glock out of the hole.
one of Joe's buddies got like a thermal on like a 6.5 or whatever. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Fuck.
And Joe's like, white spotlight, blind.
Oh
He's like, your thermal's useless when I could
dude.
light them up to the sun. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So that was cool.
We should go goon
he
hunt
was
next
he was
year.
very tired the next day.
I believe that, but holy I'm
130
trying to
coons.
grasp
That I like literally
So many.
was
Fucking
curled
nuts.
up in the passenger seat laughing my ass off, going 130 fucking coons in a 24-hour period.
Even Joe's in 12.
Even
40
40.
and 12 is still fucking impressive.
40 sounds like a lot to you. Like, oh, they got 3 times that. You're like,
Oh my god.
yeah. So that was pretty cool.
I don't even know where I could find that many. That's fucking
Apparently the
impressive,
fucking
dude.
woods.
you just start walking. You rent land. You just walk acres.
God
Whoa,
damn,
woo.
dude.
Can you bait?
I believe that's a crime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Baiting pretty much anything's.
I mean, that's
Well, if you put a sign on your bait pile that says "This is not a bait pile," any deer eating this will be shot. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's, you know.
I'm not hunting for deer. I'm
There's
hunting
some-
for pheasants.
like this is for only.
Well,
the
no,
squirrels.
baiting's only illegal during like the month or two before hunting season. The other 10 months out of the year, it's perfectly fine. So if they get accustomed to it for 10 months and all of a sudden it goes away,
It's
but
not
then
a-
all of a sudden,
It's not a bait pile.
they're
I
just kind of hanging
spilled.
out. Yeah, God forbid. I spill.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I'm a clumsy guy. I spill in the same spot every.
I was
once a month.
making moonshine out in the woods. Don't ask questions. I
DNR's
spilled.
like, what was that? Can you repeat that a little bit louder into my microphone?
Yeah.
Like, no,
No, thank you.
So yeah, that was. He
Allegedly.
was telling me about that. I'm like, Jesus.
God damn.
So yeah.
I want to go coon hunting.
So yeah, that's a fun little thing.
Sounds like a good time.
Speaking of,
Are we even getting
things.
into it? We can wait another week. Are we an hour and a half in?
we're
I
at
think
about an hour and a half.
Fuck
Okay,
it, let's
yeah.
go.
I'll once I put shit in it, we can talk about that. That's really about all I got.
You don't want to cover it at all then?
Not really. I
All
don't
right.
care
We'll
enough.
save Andy's cool truck bed updates
Yeah.
for next week, I guess.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
Spoiler, it looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
Don't know. Haven't seen a picture.
I've looked at it a total of 4 times from outside the truck. That's it.
But does
Like,
it look cool? Not, like,
it's pretty cool.
Is it wearing
Sadly,
off?
it makes it look like a short bed. It does not look like a long bed anymore.
But a short bed looks like a really short bed.
oh, it looked terrible,
So-
honestly. Yeah.
But I guess we'll talk about that next week. Sorry for the teaser, but that's kind of all we have.
That's all I have. Yeah. Sorry, brother.
I don't think there's anything else, but that was kind of the whole week.
Yep.
Still on 60s, don't get a lot done.
Still hurt.
Marcus and I raced dirt WRC against each other the other day, and I whooped the fuck out of him. Beat the brakes off
You
him.
put a good pace on me, and I almost had you in the last one.
In a 40-minute total combined section, I had him by 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's really not that
that's
bad.
Less than 10 seconds of.
On a
He never beat me
I-
on a stage.
No.
yeah, but you're never
Well,
more than a couple seconds
no.
ahead
I
of
did
him.
beat you on the first stage of the first map.
Not
A single
not
st- or
not
single-
a state, a check mark.
Check
Yeah,
mark.
or
yeah, a
checkpoint.
stint.
Yeah.
A
Stint.
section of a
Yep,
stage.
yep.
But
Never
on
beat you on a full race.
Never beat me in a full stage yet.
But not bad.
You're getting closer. I did not. I was very unhappy at the end. You were getting way closer. And it, Marcus doesn't know how to set it up properly, so there's no service areas. So if you're not on the hardest tires,
yeah.
they're red of like race 3
Yep,
out of 6.
they are. Yeah, I noticed
It
that.
makes
Yeah.
and my windshield wipers wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So
oh,
one
I don't
of my
have. I have
races-
my wipers disabled because I don't know how to. I
set to-
unbound
they're-
the key
they're set
on my controller.
They're set to auto by default.
Yeah.
They were-
except for when you hit puddles and they don't come on automatically, and then you just have a wet windshield for fucking 4 turns. I'm like, yep, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, I did was a 14-minute stage
Yeah.
with no wipers, so my windshield's brown. I literally cannot see.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this
Time to
sucks.
bind that.
Now I know what to do.
Yep.
But yeah, that was yesterday's.
We made a club for WRC.
Oh,
not
cool.
that we use it because it's kind of poopy.
which so there's 2 ways to play. There's quick play and club, basically. In club, you set up a championship that
Yeah.
anyone in the club can compete in at any time.
Okay.
well,
So
for
if
a
you're-
set amount of time.
So if you're
Yeah,
setting
yeah,
up
yeah.
a 6-event rally,
Yeah.
you can set it so each event you're allowed X amount of days to do that section.
Yes.
So it's like stage 1 is the
that would be cool. That way we could I might be busy 2 days,
Yeah.
but I'm
Exactly.
free on the weekend and I can
Exactly.
still do
So
it.
set
That
for
would
like a
be
week
cool.
per
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
We can make a long event series.
I would like that. That'd be cool. We can have our own series.
That way we don't have
and
to
just-
necessarily race at the same time, but we can compete.
Am I cheating because I'm on controller?
No, we're way faster
Okay.
than you.
Okay, fair.
Probably.
we have a
'cause
lot more sensitivity.
fine.
Fair, yeah. I mean,
Tuning.
yeah. I wasn't doing bad. Oh, I did beat. It depends on what class I was racing in WRC.
Yeah, what class do you normally race in?
I was doing career, so I did a little bit of everything.
You're probably in
Okay.
junior WRC then. since
No,
you're
not
starting?
junior. My first car I built was WRC 2.
Okay,
That's
is the
what
second
we. That's
fastest.
that's
Okay.
what we
Yeah.
usually
that's where we
race
race in
in.
most of the time. It's the
Not
most
bad.
fun.
I had the difficulty set at whatever it comes. It's
Oh, did I?
50%.
I did.
50's your default. Oh yeah, here's our car after the.
Yeah.
Oof.
This is before the last stage of the last.
This was my
race, I
car
think.
that I built.
Little
which is
rough.
Mid-engine.
I'm really proud of my decals, by the way. Like,
I fucking.
I
gave
haven't
up on
shown
that.
you mine then, because mine is my exact Honda. Perfect.
I think you did.
You
actually.
might have seen it
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I haven't shown the people's, I guess.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like this car's destroyed, and the light bars block all your view, so you can't see.
I didn't have a light bar option. That
Well,
sucks.
if you're in the dark,
if you're at
it
night.
puts it on automatically. If you're racing a night map, it just puts it on there,
It just puts on the car.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
and it blocks like a quarter of your view. It's really annoying.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah. No, it's not bad. But yeah, I have my difficulty set at whatever it comes on from the game.
I think
50%.
50 is your standard.
The 2-wheel drive class I was in, it was
H2
whatever
or H3 probably.
Yeah, I think H2.
Yeah.
It was a BMW car.
Mhm.
And I beat the second place by like I don't
a
know,
huge number.
just fucking ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But in your 2-wheel drive car, you're constantly afraid of.
oh yeah, the fishtails are fucking I tweaked the tuning, it got better, but like
Tuning.
wow, was it bad?
like
No,
you-
I want to say it was like a 2 or 3 mile session. I beat him by like 2.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like the whole rally. I beat him by like 16 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
We
okay.
You got to bump it up.
I'm like, I went to 85% difficulty because I'm like, we need to get this a lot closer, and I'm still beating people by like handfuls of minutes, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's closer.
We turned that up in our multiplayer session from 50 to like
70,
75.
I think 75, yeah. And we were
And we were
whooping 'em.
still
Yeah.
2 minutes
I think
out
I'm gonna
on
go
each
to like
race.
90, 95.
Like, I might just
and-
set it to 100 to see how bad it might be.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna be that bad. I really
Yeah.
don't. Yeah,
Maybe, like-
well, but it's the 2-wheel drive class is the slower class, so I'm like maybe WRC2 would be closer.
Yeah, I would do both your
But
events
like,
before you
god
switch.
damn, yeah, because like even when I was doing like WRC2 shit, it was close-ish.
Then you go to WRC proper, and you're like, oh, this is horrifying.
Oh yeah, I might be fast as fuck.
They're
but like,
so
but the
scary.
2-wheel drive class, I'm beating you by 10 fucking minutes to second place. Like,
If you don't spin
brother.
out.
Yeah, fair.
They're
No,
like-
even like I rolled the fucker a lot, and it's still like Jesus Christ, dude. Like I'm still kicking your guys' ass by 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.